I didn't have my mic on. Apologies, guys. Here's my mic. That's hysterical. So, sorry about that, guys. I was muted. They are about to flip the coin here at the Cotton Bowl. I'm really excited for this game. You all should be too. Steve Strimling is the referee of this game. Jack Harrington, roll Tide. And you know, as a Michigan fan, I don't mind that at all. I want all the challenge, all of it. I want all the challenges. So, yeah. Bit rate. What's the current bit rate? That's interesting. Alabama has elected to receive. Here we go. Nick Saban, of course, saying the whole team needs to step up is a total Nick Saban answer to a question. So, I think, again, for anyone who's on here, I think Alabama wins by a score of 31-21. And now Molly McGrath is asking Luke Fickell what his thoughts are. And Luke Fickell says what everyone thinks and what I personally think. Cincinnati is going to have to play their A game and catch Alabama off guard. If both teams play their A game, Alabama is going to win. Cincinnati cannot afford to nap or make they just have to make very few mistakes. They make one or two mistakes, that will be enough for Alabama to win. And there is Heisman QB winner Bryce Young. Win 34-21. You know, mine was 31-21. I handily agree with that score prediction. Very much. Oh, man. I hate how it sometimes takes so long for this stuff to get going. But Alabama on defense here. Cincinnati is excited. Or maybe I got it mixed up. Yeah. I'm the only Michigan fan you respect here on YouTube. Why do you say that? There are some other good ones. Do you think that all the other channels are arrogant or something? It looks like Jamison Williams is back there. Yeah, I think Alabama's actually... Yup, Alabama's going to be on offense. Cincinnati is kicking this off. They are going to test the Tide early here. Very early. An early test. Like and subscribe if you have not already, by the way. It is here. The 2021. This is it. This is what every team plays for here. Every team. Man. And here we go. Cincinnati kicks it off. Alabama Crimson Tide versus the Cincinnati Bearcats. And Alabama will receive the ball. And they will start at the Cotton Bowl with a chance to go down and score. Your broadcast is a good 20 seconds behind. That sucks. That seriously sucks. I think I'm watching it on YouTube TV, which might actually be somewhat behind, but YouTube TV is normally pretty good about being just there. Bryce Young, 43 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions. He won the Heisman, arguably the best QB in the nation at this moment. Bryce Young back there. They hand it off to Brian Robinson, and Robinson gets about 5 yards. He has been their primary running back all year. He has had an injury, and Alabama has struggled a bit with the run game compared to past years. They go some up-tempo, and Robinson gets another 4 yards. Or 3. It'll be 3rd and short. Alabama in a comfortable position to easily convert. Continuing to go, lined up fast. Bryce Young in the backfield. Tight set right here. And they get it. And it is a run by Robinson, and he plows through the Cincinnati defense for a 5-yard gain. No passes yet for Alabama. Expect a play action or a fake in these next few plays. And they're lining up with tempo. They're testing the Cincy defense very early here. And they got him. They nearly got him off sides right there. So, this tempo is very effective so far. And as a Michigan fan, tempo's worked against my defense. And Robinson, again, with the carry, gets about 7 or 8 yards, and he will be out near midfield. Again, only runs thus far. Only runs. This is crazy. 13th start for Brian Robinson. I think he's a senior. Yeah. 2nd and 3 at the Alabama 46. Bryce Young in the backfield, gets pressure, flushed out of the pocket, dodges a guy, and is tackled for about a yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 2, maybe 3rd and 3. So Cincinnati gets pressure. Bryce Young eludes the pressure, but does not get the first down. Doesn't get the first down, but nice move by Young. Can't afford to take a sack here. And an outside run by Williams, a jet sweep, I believe an end around, and they are at the Cincinnati 34. Nice play call by Bill O'Brien, the offensive coordinator, and Alabama is easily now within striking distance. Again, only runs. They had one pass play, but Bryce Young had to improvise and run. Another run by Robinson, gashing up the middle. Look at that power. A 9-yard gain. 9-yard gain. I mean, we have not seen Alabama's weakness all year on offense has been the run. And they're running very easily. It's a hot knife through butter. 2nd and 1 at the Cincinnati 26. Robinson again inside the 20. And Alabama is in the red zone. Brian Robinson with 6 carries for over 30 yards. It's pretty crazy. 1st and 10, 11:44 remaining in this game. This drive has taken up almost 3 minutes and 30 seconds of clock. And I think that is an offsides on Cincinnati. I think offsides. And we'll see what the call is from the refs. These are Pac-12 refs. Steve Strimling is in. Yep, offside, defense, neutral zone infraction. It'll be first. Yep, it'll be a first down, 1st and 5 at the Cincinnati 14. Alabama easily within field goal range. And I mean, honestly, the way they're driving, I expect nothing less than a touchdown right here. Cincinnati can't stop the run, and I can't imagine they're going to stop the pass with the way this run defense is going. In the backfield, Young is 2 guys with him. Snap it, hand it off, and it is Trey Sanders with a 4-yard gain down at the 10. Trey Sanders, obviously the backup to Brian Robinson Jr. You saw him a lot in the Auburn game when Robinson went down with an ankle injury. 2nd and 1, 10:48 remaining. Alabama lining up a little slower than they were, but they're now in a position to where they know they can get points on the board. Michigan man, if Cincinnati can't stop the run, this is going to get ugly. Michigan man, I agree. Cincinnati needs to make Alabama one-dimensional if they want a chance. And they run it up the middle again, I think, with Sanders, and they have a first down, 2-yard gain. Yep. 1st and goal for Alabama. Mechie is there on the sidelines, cheering on his guys. He is out with an ACL injury, which is big. I mean, he's like their, I think, maybe most targeted wide receiver besides Jamison Williams. Their main yards after contact guy as well on the receiving end of the ball. Young, back there, takes it, throws, touchdown. Think to Slade Bolden. I think that was to Slade Bolden. Alabama strikes first. Yup, Slade Bolden, 8-yard touchdown reception. It's 6-0 Alabama. On their first drive, Alabama goes down and punches Cincinnati in the mouth. There. 6-0. Cincinnati is going to have to answer because that first drive right there, Alabama did whatever they wanted to do. Not much opposition. And the extra point is good. It is 7-0 Alabama. 7-0. And also the problem with successfully running the ball, you're prone defensively to a big play on the play action. Yes, expect Alabama to use the play action with how successfully they just ran the football. Honestly, expect that. I do, at least. I think everyone should. So that right there, total drive, I think it was like a 75 yards. And, yep, 7-0. It's kind of as simple as that. This is exactly how Michigan plays, and that's why I like them over Georgia. Difference is Georgia has a better run defense than Cincinnati does. But I do think that Michigan will have a drive similar to what we just saw against the Bearcats. I'm excited for that game as well. I'm going to be live reviewing that game. So, yeah. That is going to be at 7:30 at the Orange Bowl, and it's rumored Michigan is going to wear their all blue uniforms. So I'm really excited for that. And don't think I have to pin the message that I was muted for the first 5 minutes. That stank. I didn't know what was going on, and then I realized my mic wasn't turned on. But that's not going to happen anymore. Who do you guys think wins the national championship game? Tell me that below, down in the comments. Who do you think wins the national championship game? My pick currently is Alabama. It's the Alabama Crimson Tide. That is my current pick for winning the national title. That's just my opinion. I think that Alabama is the best team in the country. The way they played Georgia, if they play that way against anyone else, I think they win, and in dominant fashion. Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder has to play a good game. He can't throw picks, can't make too many mistakes. Cincinnati special teams, too, their kicker is far from great. Their kicker is. I mean, they've had problems kicking. They went for it a few times against Houston. I think they missed a few field goals as well throughout the year. So Cincinnati needs to score touchdowns, and touchdowns only, if they do want to win. And they need to hold Alabama to field goals if they can't force Alabama to punt. So, yeah. Georgia is your national title pick. Why is that? Do you think that they are going to rematch with Bama and beat them? And if so, why? I'm very curious as to hear why that would be. Wolf 58. So Cincinnati's going to get the ball back and have a chance to drive down and make it 7-7. or 7-3. But like I said, I don't think that Cincinnati can afford to take field goals here. Can't do it. Trey Tucker is back to receive the kickoff, and they just let it bounce out of the end zone. It'll be Cincinnati's ball on their own 25, and now you get to see Desmond Ridder, a guy who has been the starter at Cincinnati for several years. I think is their winningest quarterback in history. I believe 43 career starts. I think a 38-5 record in those starts. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. Like and subscribe if you have not already. Desmond Ridder, 10,000 pass yards, 2,200 rushing yards, 115 total TDs, about. And here we go. And Cincinnati's first play is a pass by Ridder to the outside to, I believe, his running back. It'll be a gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the Cincinnati 30. Central Michigan just beat Washington State. Yeah, Michigan, man, they jumped out to an early lead. Central Michigan did, and Washington State didn't have enough firepower to strike back. And the Pac-12 is garbage. There's no working around that. The Pac-12 is bad. 2nd and 4, actually, for Cincinnati. Ridder hands it off. It is a run up the middle. The O-line tries to push him forward, but he only gets a gain of about 3. A gain of about only 3. That was Jerome Ford, their starting running back. 3-yard gain. Cincinnati tries to line up quickly for a 3rd and 1. I'm presuming it's going to be a run. No, it is a screen pass. Gets the first down. It's about a 4-yard screen pass. 1st and 10. And the Big Ten, Michigan, man, looks so far better than the SEC. We'll see, especially in the Michigan-Georgia game. Georgia will have learned a few lessons, says Wolf58, and will be motivated. I hope. Yes. Yes, indeed. Ridder in the back with Ford. Adjusting the play. There's 6 seconds left on the play clock. Snap. Hands it off to Ford. Look at the offensive line. Push him forward. That's a first down. 10-yard gain by Jerome Ford. 1st and 10 for Cincy at about their own 48, 49-yard line. Man, I mean, that offensive line just pushing them forward. They're actually going to mark it not as a first down. They're going to mark it as a 2nd and 1 at the Cincinnati 47. Ridder, he's back there, takes the ball, pass, and bad pass. Like, there was some miscommunication there. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Ridder's pass incomplete. He is 2 of 3 for 10 yards at the moment. I mean, Cincinnati, 3rd and 1. They got to convert. I'm expecting a run up the middle. Jerome Ford is going to have to push Will Anderson several times throughout this game if Cincinnati wants a chance to win. Ridder back, takes the snap. Ford got the first down. 3-yard gain. At midfield, Cincinnati is 7 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Alabama has a total of 70 yards to Cincinnati's 25. Mike Denbrock, offensive coordinator and tight ends coach for Cincinnati, calling the plays, and thus far, all you need to get is first downs. Let's see if he and his team can punch it in for 6 here. Not a handoff. That was a beautiful fake. Cincinnati has it out to the 31 of Alabama. That was a beautiful fake faked the cameraman out. It faked the Alabama defense out, and Cincinnati now using tempo. It was a pass to Michael Young Jr. for 19 yards. Cincinnati lining up again with tempo. Pete Golding, Alabama's DC, he and his defense, they have had some struggles before. Let's see if Cincinnati can capitalize on those struggles. Ritter, fake, tipped at the line. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ritter now being, of course, 3 of 5, pardon me. 3 of 5 for 29 yards. Hey. Okay. No, I'm sorry. Wait, 3 of 9. 3 of 5 for 29 yards. 2nd and 10. Cincinnati, I think, got to score a TD here. The way their defense looked on the last drive was not good. SEC, it means more until it doesn't. Funny. Wolf, you are funny. You're one of my favorite viewers and subscribers. Cincinnati's pass complete. Alabama's, I think, corner missed a tackle. Cincinnati is inside the 10. Red zone for the Bearcats. 1st and goal. That pass was complete to Tyler Scott for 22 yards. Wow. Crazy. At the Alabama 9, and now Cincinnati appears to have what I would say are 3 wide receivers, just 3 receivers out there. 1st and goal. And a timeout. A timeout called by Alabama. That is huge. Alabama's defense looks honestly as confused as Cincinnati's was. And if you're Nick Saban, you do not like that look. First and goal. 5 minutes and 48 seconds remaining. Of course, they cut to an ad break as the tension begins to build up. Like and subscribe if you are watching this right now. I encourage you to stay on. Having live commentary. Let's build an awesome watch party. And just share this video around. Get more people on this watch party. I'm going to be streaming this game and the Michigan versus Georgia playoff matchup, which I think will be better. Michigan, man, impressed with how Cincinnati is moving the ball. I agree. I mean, they're calm, and they're responding to Alabama's early score. And that's all you can ask for. I mean, Alabama has the explosive offense. Honestly, I mean, Cincinnati needs to drive like this if they want a chance to win. They need to. They have to drive like this if they want a chance to win this game. Gotta. You know, Jerome Ford has to make those runs that he's been making. Ritter has to make the throws that he's been making. They have to. And the fakes, play action, beautiful. Executed well. Alabama 70, Cincinnati 66. 4 first downs. 5 minutes of TOP for Alabama, 4 for Cincinnati. The only penalty being, of course, the neutral zone infraction by the Bearcats. Come on, I'm sorry, whatever. So yeah, Cincinnati, they just need to continue to make the plays that they have been making, and they'll be in this game. That's the key here, honestly. So, I mean, these ad breaks are annoying, though. I'm just going to throw that out there. Both teams 2 of 2 on third down efficiency. Alabama with 62 rushing yards, Cincinnati with 51 passing yards. It's kind of a reverse role there. I would have expected Alabama to lead and open up with some passing, and Cincy more so running the ball and being conservative. It's been anything but. Wolf 58. I think how the two teams adjust in the third quarter will decide the game. Second half adjustments, key. Whoever makes the better halftime adjustments normally wins, especially in an offensively charged era of college football. And we're back. First and goal here. Alabama 7, Cincinnati nothing. But Cincinnati inside the Alabama 10. At their 9, Ritter is back there with, I presume, Ford. There are 3 receivers on the field. It is a tipped in the air. It was a play fake, but again, Alabama's D-line and their front 7, that's, I think, the 3rd or 2nd tipped ball. And that guy was open. That would have been a TD if not for Alabama's front 7. I mean, Alabama's front 7 right now is protecting and hiding the foibles of their secondary. That was bad. That was bad coverage. 2nd and goal from the 9. Presume maybe a run just to keep Alabama's defense honest. Ritter can pass, though. I'm going to assume a pass. It is a drop back pass from Ritter. Throws it. And it is incomplete. It'll be 3rd and goal. A field goal. Hey, a field goal is points. But we know Alabama can move the football. We have currently around 40 live viewers. I encourage all of you to like this video and hit that subscribe button. Stay on for this awesome watch party. With Hulu lagging behind, listening to you is like looking into the future. I guess I can say that you're welcome. Again, 7-0 Alabama. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Play clock is ticking down. 4, 3, 2. Just get it off. Play action. Screen. It is blown up by Alabama. 4th and goal from about the 15, I'm going to presume. Again, like and subscribe. Cannot stress that enough. That was a busted play from the beginning. He had pressure. Ritter immediately had pressure in his face and made a bad read. The guy should have just dropped the pass, because now it's 4th and goal from the 15. Your kicker is not the most reliable kicker. He's 7 out of 17 field goals, lowest percentage in the FBS. The Cincinnati Bearcats are even lower than Nebraska, who's atrocious at field goals. 7-0, and the kick makes it. It's good. Cincinnati's on the board. 7-3. Crimson Tide lead it. And Michigan, man, I agree. Can't settle for a field goal against Bama. But when it's 4th and goal from your 15, don't go for it then. Don't do it. Don't. I know it's tempting, but that would be a meat-headed play. You got to take the points if you're out 15 yards from the end zone and it's 4th down. Just got to do it. So, I mean, since he has points on the board, it's somewhat of a response. It's not like they turned it over in the end zone, which would have sapped a great portion of the momentum away. But at the same time, I just don't think it's enough, to be fair. So, that's just my opinion. What do you guys think thus far? I mean, do you think that this game is going to be a shootout, or do you think that the defenses will kind of settle down and get into more of a rhythm and it will become more of a defensive matchup? What do you guys think? Also, we haven't seen Bryce Young match up and just throw to, like, we haven't seen Jamison Williams and Kobe Bryant match up against each other, or Jamison Williams and Sauce Gardner a lot. Alabama has again only passed the ball once, an 8-yard touchdown pass from Bryce Young to Slade Bolden. So, I'm thinking we'll probably see some more passing on the next drive, but you never know, honestly. Like, you seriously never know. And Alabama's going to have a wide receiver step up, because knowing Bill O'Brien, knowing Nick Saban, and also knowing Mike Tressel, Cincinnati's amazing defensive coordinator, you're not going to be able to run this way on Cincy forever. You're going to have to start passing. Jamison Williams, he might be talented enough to be your only target, but it's better to have multiple. So I'm wondering if it's going to be Slade Bolden, if it's going to be someone else who's going to step up in place of John Mechie III, who is, again, out with a torn ACL. If the run isn't broke, don't fix it. I agree. Only fix it when Cincinnati starts to slow it down, which I think, knowing how good of a DC Mike Tressel is, eventually I think it probably will be slowed down at some point. If is continued to be ran over and over again. Again, like and subscribe. Share this video around. ESPN's currently on one of their boring commercial breaks where it's just the gray screen. So, currently, 70 yards to 60 yards, 7-3, tied, lead it. What did y'all think about Pittsburgh and Michigan State last night? Elijah Farrell, since he just needs to compete. I mean, they're competing right now as long as they respond with a TD if Alabama scores a TD on this next drive. Since he looks like they can compete, though, the way they moved Alabama's defense, they should be encouraged by that, even though they are down by 4. But they need to get a stop. They cannot allow Alabama to drive down the field as easily as they did. If they don't, then teams outside the Power 5 won't be able to make it. I don't know about that. Cincinnati's resume was pretty hard, Elijah, to just dismiss. Wolf 58, go Sparty, go Big Ten. That pick 6 at the end was awesome. It was that was phenomenal. I think that was, Cal Halladay, their linebacker. Phenomenal play by him. He said that he was afraid of being yelled at by the coaching staff for running it back in. It's like, dude, have fun. It's the Peach Bowl. Put your team up by 2 scores. He's an amazing player. And yeah, MSU's run game is non-existent without Kenneth Walker, but that's another story. Young takes the snap, hands it off to Robinson. Robinson only gets about a 2-yard gain. So it's going to be second and 8 here. 2nd and 9 they listed as, actually. So Cincinnati now, you have a little bit more wiggle room here. Some tempo. Young in the backfield with Robinson. You got 4 wide receivers out there. Facing pressure. Young throws it away. 3rd and 9. If Cincinnati gets a stop here, that's huge. They're putting pressure. They're putting pressure on Alabama and Young, and that's key. This is something that Georgia did not do enough. Georgia did have some pressure against Young, but he was able to escape. But you gotta pressure Young into throwing it away or making mistakes, or get to him if you can. 3rd and 9. Alabama is 2nd in FBS Division I football in 3rd down conversions. Will they convert it? Clock running down. 2 seconds. Some confusion. I think it was a false start by Alabama. The play was blown dead, so I'm assuming that is an immediate sign of a false start. The officials are conversing here. Like and subscribe again if you haven't already. Defense offsides. Wow, they blew that play dead despite an offsides. It will be 3rd and 4. Man. Wow. Yep, offsides. It's crazy. Again, like and subscribe if you haven't already. 3rd and 4 now. So, those extra 5 yards, that is a lot. It's a lot. 4 receivers lined up. You have a bunch at the bottom of your screen of 3. Low snap by Young. Takes it, throws it. Complete to Slade Bolden. And out to the Alabama 47. Wide open. Just as you said, John. Wide open. Can't have that happen. Slade Bolden is their only guy who's caught passes for Alabama. 2 receptions, 24 yards. Alabama and Bryce Young are 2 of 3 for 24 yards and a TD when it comes to passing the football. They hand it off to Robinson. Robinson bounces it off to the outside and gets about a 16-17 yard run past the Cincinnati 40. It'll be a 1st down for the Crimson Tide, who are once again pushing. Once again. Cannot allow that to happen if you're Cincinnati. 1st and 10 at the 37 of Cincinnati. 3 minutes and 28 seconds left in the actual game. Young steps back, eludes the pressure, hit as he threw, incomplete. That's what you need if you're Cincy. You need pressure, you need to hit him, you need to make him second guess. 2nd and 10 from the Cincinnati 37. It was a good pressure, good hit. $20 seconds left on the play clock. I'm going to assume, honestly, Alabama, they've had success with the run. They have 2 running backs. They have Sanders and Robinson in the backfield. And they do. No, it's a keeper by Young, an option play out. Again, almost a no-look pitch. And that is a gain of 12, but there is a flag. Yeah, I think this is going to count as a forward lateral. Like a forward pass beyond the line of scrimmage. So let's see. Yup, he's past the line. And that was forward. It could have been sideways. Looked very forward, though. Yep, passer was beyond the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass by the Tide. Nick Saban, of course, looks mad, but that's what you would expect from Nick Saban. Okay. Guys, share this video around. Let's make this an awesome, awesome watch party. Just like this video up. Just do it. Let's make this an epic watch party here. 3-3-5 has to be one of the dumbest base defenses I have ever seen. It's basically begging the offense to run the ball down your throat. Ha! Yeah, there is some risk with running that defense. That is for sure. It's for sure. Go Cincy. Michael, I agree with you. Go Bearcats. Honestly. Like, I don't mind if Alabama wins this game as a Michigan fan, but go Bearcats. Seriously. Let's try and get this video up to 100 likes before this night ends. Pump it up to 100. Let's pump it up. So 2nd and 10 with a penalty. So probably I don't know. Ball at the Cincy 37. It's going to be 2nd down. 7-3 Alabama. True, but Bama's receivers will destroy their backers in a 3-4 or something. No, Alabama, seriously, their wide receivers, it'll be hard to defend. It'll be hard to defend Alabama's offense. That's a given. Cincy needs to score at minimum 3 touchdowns to make this even a competitive matchup. They have to. At minimum 3 touchdowns. Swag Monkey, go Blue. We have 150 concurrent viewers at this moment. All of you watching, like this video. Join. Stay with this watch party. Just do it. Stay with it. This is awesome. We're building an awesome community here. And thanks to my 2,000 subscribers who are making this possible. Because a lot of them are right here on this chat right now. Just like this video up. Seriously. And I'm only repeating this so much because there's an ad break. And there's not really much to be talking about. Alabama's pushing. Cincinnati is having a hard time stopping them. It is 3rd and 14 at the Cincinnati 41, so that's going to be a long shot for Alabama to convert. They converted the last one. Cincinnati cannot afford another offside penalty. They cannot afford mistakes here. John, dogs by 10. That is probably, I'm thinking, between 3 to 10 points. Whoever wins the game is going to win by about 3 to 10 points. That is what I am thinking about this game. About 3 to 10 points will be the margin of victory in that game. I cannot see either team blowing out each other. And if they do, it would honestly be a shame because both teams are pretty similar to each other. That's just what I think, though. I think that both teams match up pretty well, honestly. Both Michigan and Georgia being teams with solid defenses, Georgia's being better, but Michigan and both teams also running the football, Michigan running the football better, and I would say Michigan having the more efficient offense. 3rd and 14 here we are at the Cincinnati 41. If you're Cincy, you have to get a stop here. You just have to. You got to get that stop. 3rd and 14, 2 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in the game. Young steps back, is faced with pressure. It's caught, but short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 2. We'll see if Alabama brings on Will Reichard, who is one of their better kickers in the Nick Saban era, or if they elect to go for it. I mean, it wouldn't be boneheaded to go for it here, and they have their offense out on the field. They lined up tempo, they hand it off to Robinson, and Robinson has the first down, a 4-yard gain. And Alabama at 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 25, they are wearing down Cincy's defense. Cincy is in peril. They cannot afford to let this turn into... They have to stop Alabama at some point. Yeah, and if you're here, haven't subscribed to the channel, haven't liked the video, do that right now. Hands it off, Young does, to Robinson. Robinson gets a 15-yard gain, is down at the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the Tide. Wow. And again, Alabama's O-line and their run game has had struggles all year. It's been anything but today. They are running the ball very efficiently. I mean, literally, Robinson is averaging 7.3 yards a carry, which is crazy. And another handoff to Robinson, only about a yard to gain. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 9. So Mike Tressel, he's got to get a stop here. You got to hold Alabama to 3. If it's 14-3, 14-3 would be it'd be deeply concerning. If I am Alabama, I am just calling run plays almost every game. I would agree with you. Just to be honest, blank name, I'd agree with you. Play clock down to 4, a minute remaining. Young is back there with Robinson. Robinson goes out, and Young is sacked. Looks like that could have been a face mask. There's no flag, though. It'll be 3rd and goal from the Cincinnati 15. When you have a team that is just full of NFL talent, you're definitely going to dominate a non-Power 5 school. Dave, for the most part, that is true. But there are always exceptions to the rule. That looked like that could have been a face mask, but it wasn't called. That's a good break for Cincinnati there. They get a face mask. Alabama probably gets a touchdown, to be honest. 3rd and goal, 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter of action here. Here we go. Is Alabama going to get a call off? Yes, they do. Alabama snaps it. Young takes off and runs with it. And it will be 4th and goal from about the 3. And that is the end of the first quarter. That's it. That's it for the first quarter. We have 21 likes thus far. Let's get it up to 100. If you're watching this video right now, get this video, pump it up to 100 likes. We can do it. We absolutely can do it. Just do that. It's just that simple. Run it, LOL, John. Yeah, they might as well run it. And immediately we have 30 likes, guys. We have 30 likes. Homegrown Cowboy, you said done. Good for you. Share this video around. Watch parties are good. And if you're watching this thinking, why am I not sharing the video around like the actual matchup, it is because my channel would get banned, and I'm not willing to sacrifice a channel of 2,500 subs. I'm not willing to sacrifice the awesome community that my subscribers have helped build. Dave, those Chippewas did some damage, man. They did some serious damage. The Pac-12 is atrocious this year. Dan Lanning at Oregon, I don't know about that as a hire, but young coordinators who have done exceptionally well at their job, and Dan Lanning is a amazing DC. Ryan Day has done well, and you just kind of have to assume the best. So, Oregon has their guy. They have Lincoln Riley and Kyle Whittingham. Utah is, at this point, the only great team in the Pac-12, even if they lose to Ohio State. So, props. Pac-12 is, I think, heading in a decent direction in the years to come. That's just my opinion. You can, of course, disagree with that, but that's just me. Every time Alabama calls a pass play, they are giving Cincy a chance. I think Cincy's bestie players are their CBs. Yes, yes, yes. Blank name is right. Also, it was not a face mask. Miraculously, his hand stayed on his shoulder. It looked like it was on his helmet. Hot Rod, really. The score right now is 7-3 Alabama at the end of the first quarter. Did you play any college football? Just asking. No, I didn't. I'm a 19-year-old kid who weighs 184. I would die if I was set on a field with any of the people playing. I would literally die. I would get run over. I'd get a concussion. It would suck. Buckeye versus Utah prediction. William Crawford. Buckeyes will win by a round touchdown. I think Ryan Day's going to have these guys motivated. Ohio State is being beyond disrespected by everyone. So, yeah. And John, is USC a competitor with Riley? A competitor? Certainly. A contender? I want to see more out of Riley's defense, to be honest, before I label them a contender nationally. But USC is going to be the best they've been since the Pete Carroll era with Riley. Weak conference. Riley's a young genius. That was a good hire, a hire that shocked the world. Creative ideas. Bro, can we find this game live for free? I actually did not see your message. You can search this up on YouTube. I guarantee you there are people who are live streaming it. I guarantee it. There has to be. There has to be. There always is something. And if not, there are websites all around that do it. Because this is America. And America does this. And Alabama just had a false start. So they can't go for it even if they wanted to. They're going to have to kick the field goal. They were lined up for the field goal. They flinched. Alabama flinched. It's going to be 4th and goal. They are all copyrighted, yes, but they're all getting canceled. Well, now all of you should just hop on here. Seriously, why not? This is, SEC is Bama and great offensive players. Big Ten is a great defense and better coaches. On average, Dave, I'm going to agree with you. The Big Ten this year has been a lot more impressive than the SEC has, and the bowl season is showing it. Can't get the game, tried several and watched for 5 minutes, Crawford. I don't know what to tell you. If they're canceling him, that stinks. And Mogambo, I don't know what websites to use. My parents and I used one years ago to watch some NFL games. I forget what it's called, but you can probably look it up on Google. Google, it has the answers to a lot. Alabama also made the field goal. I got a little caught up in answering some questions. Sorry about that. It's 10-3, 14 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Like and subscribe. Cannot say this enough if you haven't already. Alabama with the kickoff. That was a meh kick, but it was out of the end zone, not out of bounds. Touchback. Cincinnati will have it at their own 25. They did get a stop. They held Alabama to a field goal. That's a big encouragement. It'll be hard to find any. The game is on ESPN. It'll be hard. It'll be hard, but there are ways. I don't know those ways, but because I have YouTube TV, I don't really need those ways, but there are ways. I can guarantee you that. This is crazy, guys. We have like 120 consistent concurrent viewers. This is awesome. Honestly, we have 6,392 views, and we've gained 24 subs from this live stream. Just pump those numbers up. I'm hyping you all up to do this. A run by Jerome Ford for 4 yards. It will be 2nd and 6 out to the Cincinnati 29. So Cincinnati, replicate the drive you just put against Alabama, where you do run it enough to keep them honest, but you mix in some play action. I mean, Ritter can throw, honestly. So Ford actually transferred from Alabama. So, I mean, for real, replicate the drive that you had against Alabama last time. Ritter in the backfield, pressured immediately and sacked. It will be 3rd and 15 at the 20, and he was sacked by that. That is a big guy. That's a big guy. Man, like Alabama, just physical. That was number 94. That is a big guy. Jeez, it was DJ Dale. I have not heard his name ever from Alabama. DJ Dale, man. And there's the sack we've been waiting for, except it wasn't from Will Anderson. It was not from Anderson. 3rd and 14 from the 21. Cincinnati. Ritter steps back, throws. Guy is open, but he's open for a 5-yard gain. It's going to be 4th and 10. Alabama gets a stop, and Cincinnati's going to have to punt it. Great, Bisbee. Alabama's whole team is big. Yes, that guy was massive, though. He's like, that was fascinating. That was like Christopher Hinton size as a defensive end, which is crazy. Cincinnati has to punt Michigan, man. Yeah. Again, going for it here. You held Alabama to a field goal. I guarantee you, because of how good Cincinnati's secondary is, I guarantee you they'll be able to force a turnover or a pick from Young. And great punt coverage. Great punt coverage by Cincy. The guy caught it and only gained about a yard on the return. Cincy's D-line is like half the size of Bama's O-line. Yes, their strength is their secondary, Cincy's is, which is why Alabama is running it. Running the football. They don't need to force the pass with Young. Don't need to. So, yeah. I looked around YouTube, and this is the best at keeping me informed so far. Thanks, Daborad. I don't know why that was hard to pronounce. But, yeah. Honestly. Okay. We have 150 concurrent viewers right now. This is legendary. Handoff, there is a flag. They did not blow the play dead, though. I'm presuming that might have been another offsides on Cincy. Might have also been a false start, though. A legal formation on Alabama. That's why they didn't blow the play dead. 1st and 5. You're a Michigan fan. I'm a diehard Golden Gopher. What do you think of PJ Fleck? If Harbaugh did not beat Ohio State this year, like lost in another bad game, I would have wanted PJ Fleck to come to Michigan. PJ Fleck's a good coach. He's building an amazing culture there. I mean, he's built an amazing culture. Heck, he's not building it. I like PJ Fleck. Absolutely love him. It is 1st and 15. Young is in the backfield. 5 wide receiver set here. Seriously. Young back takes the snap and throws incomplete. Guy dove a little too early. That was number 6 for Alabama. Pardon me if I don't know all these guys' names. It was Trey Sanders, actually, lining up as a receiver. He dove a little too early. I heard through a reliable source that the Biden-admitted YouTube take not just the Alabama off, but ordered Georgia and Michigan to be removed as well. I heard a reliable source that that was Disney, who I think owns ESPN. I could be wrong, though. Young in the backfield with that Sanders, and that was a pass out of the backfield that went for a yard. It'll be 3rd and 14. John, Minnesota's almost undefeated season was probably the best it'll get for them. Next year, they might get a little better. Minnesota's primed for a breakout year next year. They return everybody. Mike Tressel, he just licked his lips. He has the headset down. Tressel is excited. He wants to get a stop here. 3rd and 14. You have like 5 or 6 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage for Cincy. They bring the house. Young is made uncomfortable. There's a flag in the back, and there's an incomplete pass. I'm assuming it's going to be a hold, but with no... Yep. Holding. Penalties declined. Alabama's going to have to punt this football. Hey, Mom. Just saying hi. Yeah, Cincy stopped Alabama. I'm talking to my mother, guys, so, yeah. Cincy just stopped Alabama. I mean, the defenses are settling down here, which is impressive, A, and it's also, it's needed. If Cincy wants to make this game close, and I'm assuming most of you on here, if you're not Alabama fans, want Cincy to win, they have to make this a defensive battle. James Burnip, the punter, gets it off. Fair caught at the Cincy 29. So, Desmond Ridder, Jerome Ford, they are going to come back out and have an opportunity to tie this game up, make it 10-10. Cincinnati's D is making Georgia's D look inferior. You know what it is? You know what it is? It's the Kool-Aid factor. This is an example. Alabama, the players, not the coaches, the players don't look to be playing their best game. Probably overlooking Cincy a bit while Alabama played their A-plus game and was locked into Georgia because they were underestimated. This is the power of media. Media can impact the outcome of games. Not to the greatest extent, but it just can. There's a reason that the Kool-Aid joke exists when your team is sipping on the Kool-Aid. There's a reason that exists because it's a massive factor. It's undisputed. They're doing a Christmas ad, and Christmas is over. This is unbelievable. We have 59 likes, ladies and gentlemen. 59. You know what? 100 likes isn't enough. Get it up to 200 and share this video around. You guys are being amazing. And someone just called me greedy in my own family, which hurts, but it is what it is. Pump it up. Pump it up. You guys are awesome. Cincinnati's D is also well coached. I want to bring that back. Cincinnati's defense is they're well coached by Mike Tressel. It's unbelievable. Mike Tressel led national title defenses at Michigan State. The fact that people thought Alabama's offense was going to roll over Tressel's defense is fascinating to me. If you know football, you know that Mike Tressel is a good DC. You're not going to be scoring 60 points on Cincinnati. It's not going to happen. And Alabama fans who study their team and study their opponents will know this too. It's not going to happen. It just won't. We're back at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl now. The dreaded Christmas ad is over. Since he has officially surpassed my Spartans in CFP history just from actually scoring points. You're a Michigan State fan, John. My goodness. My goodness. Good for you. They did surpass your Spartans in CFP history, but honestly, your 13 and 14 teams would have done well in the playoff. Those were admirable teams. Mike Tressel was on those staffs as well, so you, John, out of all people, know how good of a DC Tressel is. Mike Denbrock, the OC for Cincinnati, is now going to have to call some good plays. Ford run up the middle? No. About a yard gain. Trailer Park Boys slowing down Alabama's offense. Man, that's... Wow. I hate to insult players, but that's more of an insult to Bama. You literally, if you take recruiting seriously, 2 stars and 3 stars are slowing down 5 stars. It proves how important coaching is. It's painfully obvious Alabama has closed half the playbook in order to give Georgia, Michigan anything to stout. Whatever, my guy. That might be the case. They shouldn't do that against Cincy, though. This is the playoffs. Ford up the middle for about a 5-yard gain. And I'm saying that because Cincy has a solid defense, and they have an offense that can score enough points to do damage. Stormtrooper YouTube reminds me of Cristobal. That is definitely not a compliment. Definitely not a compliment. 10 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the second half. In the second quarter, not half. Pardon me. 3rd and 4. Cincinnati, as the announcer said, they have not taken any deep shots yet. They want to. They haven't, though. Ritter deflected again. That's been the 4th time, I think, that Alabama's D-line has pushed Cincy's O-line around and deflected a pass. It's 4th and 4. Again, it's a defensive game. In order for Cincy to have a chance, it's got to be a defensive game, and that was Ritter's fault. The defensive end, Mathis, had his hand up, and Ritter threw right into his hand. Cincy will win this game, Tim Broyles says. That is a bold prediction, especially seeing that Alabama's already up. Slade Bolden is the returner for Alabama. Mason Fletcher is the punter. Alabama 10, Cincinnati 3 is the score. Great kick coverage again. Tackled inside the 10. Oh, that might have been... That almost was a flag by Cincy. But an amazing punt by Fletcher. I'm very surprised Young hasn't tried the deep ball with Williams yet. That's because Cincy's corners are disciplined and are elite. It's basically a 50-50 ball with how good Williams and those corners are. You throw it up, it's either picked or catched. LaShawn Griffin, the score is 10-3 Crimson Tide right now. That's the score. It's the score of this game. All of you watching this game, I very quickly am going to get a drink of water while the Cheez-It ad is playing. The Cheez-It ad being one of the most entertaining yet atrocious ads in history. So I will be back. We are just going to have that was an awkward showing, a very quick ad break here. It was just a quick little drink of water here. Not too many of you left, which I am proud of. This community is growing. We have 24,000 playbacks. Amazing. Wolf 58. You know, all the ESPN executives are sweating this game out, praying for an all-SEC final. You know, Michigan's going to beat Georgia. Not even worried. And that's not a statement of arrogance. It's a statement of faith. The Michigan fans who think that Georgia is going to get blown out by Michigan, those Michigan fans, they haven't watched Georgia. If either team wins, it's going to be a close game. I'm very excited for that game. Dave Valensky, all the skilled players are returning on offense for the Gophers. The offensive line will be big next year. Yeah. Minnesota returns Ibrahim, their deep running back room, Tanner Morgan, their, average wide receiver core. Honestly, Minnesota's primed for a breakout year next year. Power 5 is opinion, 13-0 is a fact. That is legendary. It's a legendary poster. My cat is trying to play with me. Hey. Oh, he thought I threw the toy. I never did. And now Alabama, they're inside their 10. They're at their own 9. Ten to 3, Alabama. 10-3. Pass out to Jamison Williams, tackle for loss. It'll be 2nd and 11. This game could easily be tied 10-10. Agreed. This game could also easily be, 14-3 Alabama. Or even 14-0, knowing Cincinnati's poor kicking. Joseph, please post the time, clock, and score on your site. I'm planning on doing that for the national title game. I just got back into live streaming, kind of. This worked last night, just sitting here and talking. And I do mention the score and the time left in the game pretty often. You have about 9 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in this game. 10-3 tied. But Bama, Cincinnati's now playing a defensive game where they could get into, doing what Iowa does, flipping the field. Cincinnati gets the ball, let's say at the midfield or the Alabama 40 from a punt. You're in room to get some momentum and score. Uh-oh, who's down? I barely saw who was down. They're going to report it when we come back, though. Bama will score 2 more TDs and shut it down. Trust me, it's not Cincy's defense. The game could be 17-3 also. Whatever, my guy. That's the name of the guy with the comment, by the way. Yeah, that totally could occur. Also, like and sub if you haven't already. I'm mentioning it less now, but do it. It's a commercial break. I'm going to be mentioning that probably once every commercial break because commercials are, most college football commercials are an atrocity. Cincy, but not by much. 1 TD is all you need to tie this game up and get some momentum back. That's what Cincy needs. They need the momentum, need the touchdown. It's exactly what Cincy needs. It's for real what Cincy needs. 150 concurrent viewers. All of you, welcome. Welcome. Straight up. Gotta make that money? Are you asking me? Oh! No. Yeah, you need someone to cover the spread. Is what you need. You need Cincy to cover that spread. And YouTube TV is offering tips and tricks because ESPN doesn't know how to make commercials. RJ, I still think Bama will run away with it, but right now Cincy's D looks better than Georgia's. Yes. Yes, RJ, I completely agree with you. Bama's having one of those LSU, Auburn, those games where they struggled against inferior opponents. Yes. Exactly. I said this to people. That was actually the reason I picked Georgia, is the Nick Saban factor is huge, but I thought the way Alabama was playing, there's sometimes cases where coaching cannot compensate for, poor discipline and poor performance. Joseph, you have a good DJ announcer voice. I have gotten that a lot, and thank you. I appreciate your compliment. Young back, wide open, first down, tied. Out at the 20. So any hope of flipping the field pretty much neutered after that. Are you going to do the FCS National Championship? When is that? Tell me when that is, Forerunner Vladimir. Young hands it off to Brian Robinson, and Robinson is plowing ahead. That should have been a tackle for loss, but it instead turned into a 6-yard gain. If Cincy doesn't shut Bama down in the third, the game is over. Yes. They need to shut them down for most of the game. They can afford I think Cincy can afford at most 24 points in order to win. And Robinson breaks free again. Is at the 39-yard line. That was a 13-yard run. Robinson with almost 100 rushing yards in the game. January 8th at 11 a.m. I might be able to do that, honestly. I'll see. If you subscribe to me, actually, I do posts where I let my subscribers know of things. Sanders run up the middle for 5 yards. Actually, 6. It was Alabama's running backs. They have had struggles this year, but this game and the Georgia game, they've played well. Vladimir, if you subscribe to me, I make posts where I let my subscribers know what I'm going to do. So, you do that, you'll see if I'm going to be live reviewing that game or not. Who's playing in the FCS Championship? Montana State and North Dakota State. Young pass to Jamison Williams. Williams was never tackled. Never tackled. They thought he was down, but no, and he's out to the Cincinnati 30. Awesome, Vladimir. John, no explosive plays yet. I feel like that deep ball is coming. That, I think, they're going to call it back. Williams was down. There might be a deep ball now, but if he was out to the 30, I would have said you're going to have to wait for the next drive for the deep ball to happen. Gardner for Cincy looks legit. Yes, their corners are amazing. Medjin Boo, if we play Bama, do you think we can stop the run game, Michigan fan? Yes, because we have a talented D-line. We shut down Trevion Henderson as well, and Mayan Williams, which is an amazing running back duo. Will we? I don't know. That's when we'll have to watch the game if we do beat Georgia. The good old break the game wide open type play. Oh, the flea flicker. The flea flicker is beautiful. North Dakota State Wolf is always in the FCS championship for the most part. They're the Alabama of the FCS. Whatever, my guy. Majin Buu is literally looking past Georgia. He said if we play Bama. If. He's not looking past if he uses the word if, and he used the word if. Yup, they called it. Runner's knee was down. So Jamison Williams didn't get out to the 30. They're still in Cincinnati territory at, I think, the Cincy 48. Pulling a page out of Tuck's book, Sam. The flea flicker is amazing if executed properly. But last night, the one against Pitt, where Thorne fumbled it, that was comedy gold. It's like, what are you doing? It's like just, ball's in my hands, ball gets dropped, has to fall on it. I don't even know what my cat's doing, by the way. He's knocking my set over. Trying to. 6:57 remaining in the game. 10-3 Alabama. They're in Cincy territory. They run it with Robinson, and Robinson has a gain of 9. Gain of 9. And we're up to 80 likes as well, guys. Thank you so much. That's a massive amount of likes. That surpasses last night's total of 79. 80 likes. Guys are amazing. 2nd and 1. Now, since they only have a single high safety. They're bringing people forward. And timeout called by Cincinnati. Yep, timeout called by Cincinnati. He's not jinxing himself against the next potential opponent. Hey, people said that about Ohio State. Like, why even look at Ohio State if you couldn't beat MSU? And we beat Ohio State. Ugh. Yeah, the announcers here are right. Cincinnati's going to have to try and dedicate resources to stopping the run game. Stetson Bennett would probably be the reason Georgia doesn't beat Michigan. That and that in Michigan's O-line. I think Michigan's O-line is going to do better against Georgia's D-line than a lot of people think. Do you think Tennessee was robbed yesterday? Dave asks. Or who cares? Screw the SEC. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. 2nd and 1. Alabama leads by 7. Screen pass out to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Cincinnati 30. Alabama kind of, burning a little bit of clock here, to be honest with you. So, wow, that was well executed. It was a pass to Ja'Cory Brooks. Alabama given an 85.9% chance to win, according to ESPN's Football Power Index. 5:53 remaining, play clock at about 10 seconds for the Tide. Young takes the snap back, is immediately pressured, looks to possibly be sacked, throws it away. It'll be 2nd and 10. That was powerful arm strength. Like, really powerful arm strength by Bryce Young. Is Pickens back with Georgia? Yes, he is. But with Stetson throwing to him, it's not going to make the largest impact because it's Stetson Bennett. It just is Stetson Bennett. Like, if you're a Georgia fan, your team is great. Your quarterback is really holding you back. And I'd even say your secondary. You cannot have that kind of secondary play and expect to win the national title in an offensive renaissance. 1 second on the play clock. Young just gets it off. Pass complete to Jamison Williams for about 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and medium, 3rd and 6. Why do they keep trying to throw the ball? It's goofy what Alabama is doing. Because they're trying to keep the defense honest. That's why. David Hunter. Sam, do you drink White Claw? The answer to that question is no. Also, my camera briefly went out. I have no clue as to why that is. None. So, just bear with me, guys, as to why my camera's gone out. Wonder if there's just not enough light. The pass is deflected, by the way. Fourth and 6 is 4th and 6th. I don't know why this isn't going. All right. Yeah, it's lack of light. I'm going to turn on some lights in here. It's probably a dumb move by me. Will Reichard, first field goal. He made a 26-yarder. 26-yarder. And it's no good. No good. Alabama misses a field goal. They miss it. 10-3. Cincinnati is holding on. My goodness. Okay. Yeah, this is a lot better. This is a lot better. And thank you guys for being patient with me. This is way better, though. There. Cincinnati is very impressive so far. Stormtrooper, I agree. David Hunter, Bama saving themselves for UGA, Michigan. Honestly, that might be true. That might be true. I mean, Saban's a genius. Ultra-disciplinarian, knows what he's doing. 85 likes, guys, and there's a commercial break, so of course I'm going to mention this. Let's get to 100 right now during this commercial break. Like this video right now. Just do it. We're at a commercial break. Nothing to do. We know what's going on. Alabama in Cincy. It's kind of turned into a defensive grudge match a little bit. Just like this video. Share it around. Get your family members and fellow college football fans on. It's just that simple. Cincinnati needs to put up some points. Majin Buu, yes. Especially with the breaks that they are getting. They have to. Absolutely. I cannot believe Reichard missed, though. Reichard is like a clutch field goal kicker. He's good. Him missing is huge for Cincy. Alabama's outgained Cincinnati 208 to 67 in yards. Alabama has triple the amount of first downs that Cincy does, and Alabama has double the TOP that Cincinnati does. So yeah, that is this game. All I'm going to say is MSU propelled Saban to his current success. I mean, what is there more to say? We produce champions. Okay. I mean, it certainly helped him, John. He got experience. His final year at State, he did produce a 10-2 season and beat Michigan. He just wanted more money. Wanted somewhere where it was, I guess you could say, easier? I don't know. At least that's what I kind of got from it. David, Bama should just run. Yes, they should. Run and play action pass. RJ, Alabama's passing game is non-existent. No, it is existent. It's totally existent, but Cincinnati's corners are really good, and they're going to be hard to push. And we are back. All-State. We're promoting All-State. And this hour, I have gained 51 subscribers and have 12,000 likes. You guys are amazing. All of you here, you are legends. Let's keep this going. 1st and 10. Ritter steps back, is pressured, is trying to escape it, throws, and it's caught. Incomplete. No. It looked like it could have been caught, but no, incomplete. So Alabama getting pressure on Ritter. Let's see. No, yeah, it's incomplete. Dropped. Saban comes from the Bill Parcells coaching tree. Also the Don James coaching tree. Never forget the influence that Don James had on Nick Saban. Can you buy me a pizza? That would take away from this stream, man. I am doing a giveaway at 3,000 subscribers, though. Gathala. I'm doing a giveaway at 3,000. So, giveaway's a giveaway. Maybe my giveaway will be 10 free pizzas to whoever wins, or something insane like that, which would be like $100. Would definitely be the biggest CFP upset. If Cincy win, it would not be the biggest upset. It would be it'd be the biggest upset in college football playoff history. That's for sure. In the playoffs, yes. Ritter steps back. It's 3rd and 5. Incomplete. Fourth and 5. Alabama did bring pressure there. Yeah, I mean, Ritter had a guy in his face, and he threw to no one. 31,000 playbacks, guys. This is amazing. Fourth and 5. Cincinnati obviously having to punt it. You have 3 minutes and 52 seconds remaining. Punt. Cincinnati's had very good punt coverage. Williams is back there. He muffed it. And Alabama might have, I don't know. Does Cincy have it? It appears to be recovered by Alabama, but we'll see. And there are flags everywhere. OSU's 2014 win over Bama was big. It's current that is currently. That was big. So was 2016 Clemson over 2016 OSU. OSU was favored in that game. Muff.
And JoJo Earl tries to pick it up instead of falling on it, and Alabama very lucky.
Yeah, Alabama got that ball back. Alabama recovered. Yeah, Bama you can't hold for very long, but that muff tells me that the players are not in this game entirely. The muff tells me that they're not taking Cincy seriously. That unsportsmanlike conduct on Alabama. That right, the penalties, the muff. These players are not taking this game seriously, and that Cincy has to just capitalize on this. They're playing their LSU Auburn game. Avery, wait, why did I think you were a 38-year-old man from your voice? My voice is deep, I guess. I don't know. I want my pizza. Gotta get to 3,000 subs before we talk about a giveaway for pizza, man. That's what it's gonna have to come down to. It'd be so funny if this game was a defense-heavy game and UMGA was a shootout. Now that would be interesting. This is where you take the shot here. 1st and 10 inside your 10. You take the shot and convert it. You've taken Cincinnati's any sense of momentum out. Let's see if they do that. I think you have Robinson in the backfield, 3 or 4 receivers. There's some tight ends on the line of scrimmage. Bama just runs it. And they do get a 6-yard gain. Brian Robinson with the carry. If Alabama doesn't do something soon, then they don't have to worry about Georgia or Michigan. The problem is Cincinnati's not playing their A game. What if I was starving to death? Okay, enough of you. Don't go there. Cincy is like all their guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, and Young, they tried a big play there. They tried to fool Cincy and get some chunk yards, and Young was immediately pressured out of his mind. That is why they're not trying those big plays, because Cincinnati, their D-line isn't the best, but Tressel knows how to get pressure. He knows. 3rd and 4. What do you do if you're Alabama here? They're at their own 12. 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. Today they've been 3 of 7 on 3rd down conversions. 2 seconds left on the play clock. They just get it off. Pass, complete, 1st down. Williams got it. 5-yard reception. Williams is not being used as a deep man a lot today. He's being used as like kind of a guy almost out of the backfield. They run it, stuffed. Only about a 2-yard gain, which is basically being stuffed. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. We are up to 2,514 subscribers. And on this video, we are up to 94 likes. Pump those numbers up. Pump it up. Get it to 100. 2nd and 7. 2 minutes, 28 seconds remaining. Luke Fickell standing on the sidelines. Young steps back to pass. Not a lot of people open. He is pressured. Puts it back to Robinson. That was an intelligent play. He just flipped it back. Wow. And Cincy fans aren't happy about that. I mean, Young, the pocket was collapsing, and he literally went in the middle and flipped it out to Robinson, who had a lane. And now Alabama's out to their own 42. Young again takes the snap, throws, caught. Out to Ja'Cory Brooks. 1:49 remaining. Alabama, that passing game is getting in rhythm now. Very much getting in rhythm. And David Hunter, they're no longer running a vanilla play. They're in Cincy territory. They're outgaining Cincy again by almost 200 yards. This could get ugly if Cincy's defense doesn't step up. Incomplete pass. That was a busted play. 2nd and 10. Stops the clock. about time. Yeah, exactly. It was about time that Alabama did something. 2nd and 10 from the Cincinnati 44. Almost halftime here. It is 5:07 right now. 1:44 remaining in the first half. Play clock down to 4 for the Tide. 3, 2, 1. They just get it off. A deep pass. Busted coverage. Ja'Cory Brooks has it and hits the pylon for an Alabama touchdown. That was the big play that you all were talking about. They finally got to Cincy and burned them. Finally. It is now 17-3 Alabama. And yes, it is. That ball broke the plane. It is, 17-3 Tide. Now, luckily, the Bearcats receive the second half kickoff. Cincinnati, you have like 136 remaining. Touchdown Alabama. And they are opening the can of worms. That's what this is. Because Alabama has outgained Cincy by 225 yards. This defense is not going to hold forever. They need to score before the half is over. Avery, yes, exactly. That was the guy J.J. McCarthy was throwing bombs to at IMG last year. He was a stud. Yeah, I think Ja'Cory Brooks is one of the guys who stepped up in the Auburn game when Jamison Williams was out for targeting. And my left shoulder is bothering me just a little bit. 97 likes, just 3 likes away. 3 away from 100. And Alabama is, at the moment, 30 minutes away from 100. And by 100, I mean going to the national title game. 302 yards for Alabama compared to Cincy's 72. That is crazy. It's insanity. Now they've got Cincy playing catch-up, which is the word. Yup. Luckily, though, we hit 100 likes, guys. Thank you so much. Luckily, though, John, they receive ball at second half. If they somehow get a TD here, it's still a game. And that's a good return. Cincy will have the ball at their own 40. What a response. That's a good return. Wow. Amazing. So, Cincy, what do y'all think? Tell me in the comments below. Does Cincy score here or no? Do they score? Do they get anything? Or does Bama just go into halftime with all the momentum? Ritter, back, quick throw. He's down. It's a 4-yard gain. 44. Good. So they're going to line up, quickly get to the spot. That guy's lined up. Yeah, he was almost lined up. Little past line of scrimmage there. Ritter seems to adjust the play a little bit. Takes it back. Immediately pressured, but he's going to go up and run. And he dodges a defender and gets down to the Alabama 46. He was almost sacked, but he juked his way out, got some finesse moves in there, and yeah, now he's in Alabama territory. But this drive ends in a missed field goal. That would be a total Cincy thing to do. Ritter in the backfield. Alabama sends 4. Late blitz. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Stops the clock. Gives Cincy a little bit of a break. A little bit to plan. Allen English. Field goal. They're not in field goal range, and the score is 17-3 Bama. Cincy is driving. They're not in field goal range yet, though. Cincy only has 85 yards of total offense. This Alabama defense, I know Cincy's offense is not what they're known for. Alabama's defense is looking scary. This is the old Alabama defense. The offense has not performed the greatest. Ritter, back to pass, too high, incomplete. 3rd and 10. Wow. 3rd and 10. Gotta convert this one here and get some momentum. You have to. .42 seconds remaining. Play clock at 14. Alabama, it looks like they're trying to simulate as if they're going to bring a lot of pressure here. So they're trying to do. Ritter, sacked. It'll be 4th and 15. Cincy is going to go into halftime down by 14. Pete Golding, after that first bad drive, has done an amazing job at keeping Cincinnati just out of their comfort zone. What a job. Cincy is selling. Ritter got sacked. I want them to score before half, because they get the ball back. And halftime. There we go. That right there is the half. Cincinnati took a timeout. They're going to try and do a Hail Mary before the half, actually. Yep, Hail Mary. It's a wise decision. Allen English, roll Tide. Oh, well, good for you. You're probably going to win this game. I don't see Cincinnati winning this game, and if they do, it'll be one of the greatest comebacks in history. And they have to score on their first possession after the half, Micah. I agree. Got to do it. Got 1,000 views this hour so far. 1,028. Well, that is playing to win. Yeah. 4th and 14. Alabama has 3 guys deep. Look, it's man prevent, basically. Ritter is pressured and sacked. Wow. Ritter is sacked again. And Cincy is to receive the second half kickoff. They're going to have to work that offensive line because Ritter is getting pressured. Will Anderson gets a sack. Cincy didn't score at that starting field position, which means this is a wrap. Probably, honestly. Like, the way that Cincy is playing this game, I don't see how they can necessarily win. And Nick Saban praising his defense. It's the GOAT just doing his thing, kind of.
Thank you, Coach. Let's go to Molly with Luke Fickell. Coach, what will it take to come back from this deficit?
We got to do a better job getting off the field and defensively, especially on 3rd down and stopping a run. Our offense just got to get back like
Luke Fickell basically said the defense has to toughen up, which, I mean, they have been, but you can only do so much. He also said the offense just has to execute better. So, that is your first half. What do you guys think thus far about this half? I'm going to sit differently in a more comfortable manner. So, yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to get the controllers. I'll be right back, guys. Just got to get up, get the controllers. This is the Alabama Invitational. That's what the Cotton Bowl should just be called now. The Alabama Invitational. And we are back. trying to go on, 8 hours today. 8 hours of this. I'll probably take like a little bit of a break in between the end of this game and the beginning of the Michigan game, because this game's only taken, the way it's being played, not even 2 hours. And then you go back. This game will probably, my guess, be over. It'll be over like 7:15, 7:30. And I'll get on at like 7:30, 7:35 for Michigan, Georgia, is what I'll probably do. But I'm going to need to eat at some point. Blue, my prediction is Alabama will pull away even harder in the second. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I agree. Just to be for real with you. Cincinnati and Ritter, they kind of gave up on the run, too, a little bit. They haven't been running as much. They've been trying to pass a lot, and Ritter is 8 of 17 for 59 yards. He's not doing that hot, which it's just not good. You cannot be that bad at passing the ball and beat Alabama. Just can't do it. Jameson will get loose. Yeah. If he gets loose as a deep threat, the game is over. Game's over before it begins in the second half if he gets loose. Cincinnati is still a great school. That's about it. It's just what the Power 5 should be. Confused by your comment, Clarence Walder. Sup, Sam? Hey, Lath. How are you doing? How are you doing? James Madden, trash. What do you mean by trash? Can this harm the non-Blue Bloods case for getting the playoffs? Should they get blown out? Yes. Oh, totally. Stormtrooper. Totally. This is totally harming any future Group of 5 schools' chances. Because now what the criteria is going to be is you're going to have to blow out everyone you play. You can't play close games. If Cincy loses this game in a blowout, the next step is going to be, you got to be undefeated and blow everyone out. Both teams are trash, James Madden says. Nah. Alabama, no, neither team is trash. List, neither team, no. Neither team is trash. It is a big, big misconception. It's not, I don't like when people say teams are either trash or they're elite, and there's no in between. Kentucky should have been here. Okay, that's funny. That is just funny. Look at your growing beard. Yeah, Lath is actually one of the few people who is on my YouTube channel consistently and also went to my high school. So, yeah, I know. I have a beard now. What's new with you? Wolf58. Looking forward to Cincy in the Big 12. That will give them some street cred. Yes. I love that UCF is going. I love that Cincy is going. 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 15 seconds until Georgia and Michigan kick off. What do you all think the result of that game is going to be? Let me know. Let me know in the live chat. And we have had an amazing amount of views for Alabama and Cincinnati. I think we're up to around like 5,000 in like one half. And YouTube tells me it's even more than that. It's like an astronomically high, like 12,000. So I don't know. Just know what YouTube tells me. Next level trolling. Yes, that is next level. When you told me about Kentucky, I thought like, oh, cool. How do you feel about Kentucky's bowl game tomorrow? Man, I don't know. That game is going to have a lot of punting. It's going to have a lot of punting. The Citrus Bowl between Kentucky and Iowa. Will Levis is not the greatest QB. He's not bad either. Petrus is atrocious, though. Kentucky has the better offense than Iowa. Iowa has the far better defense than Kentucky does, though. I don't know. I'm going to roll with Iowa because the way the SEC outside of Alabama has played in their bowl game, has been atrocious. I'm going to have to go with the Big Ten here because Kentucky has lost to teams like Tennessee, and they got destroyed by Georgia. They lost to Mississippi State. I'm just going to have to go with Iowa. If Kentucky wins, though, I will not be surprised at all. Is Mac Brown out at UNC? Armand? I don't know. I think he'll retire. I don't think he'll be fired. I think he'll retire either this year or next year if he doesn't get... Because this year was an embarrassment. Was an absolute embarrassment is what this year was, to be honest. So, yeah. Yeah, I think Iowa will win, but the hope is alive. But Tennessee has played good the last couple weeks. They have, but at the same time, they've had their inconsistencies. They've had their weaknesses. The fact also that 41% of the fans picked Cincy to win. America believes in the underdog. So, wow. And Hard Rock Stadium is packed. Like the outside, not the inside yet. The outside's packed, though. Michigan is pumped. They're excited. So, yeah. That's, like, honestly, all I'm kind of saying right now. So, we've already discussed little Michigan, Georgia. What do you think about Utah and Ohio State tomorrow? Speaking of Mac Brown, what was up with the preseason UNC hype? I didn't get it then and still don't. It was Sam Howell returning. And honestly, I had UNC in my top 15, which was lower than others, but I still thought they would, get 9 or 10 wins. It never materialized. Laith Musa, what do you think about the Tennessee game? That game was entertaining. Constant scoring, turnovers. Purdue won that game because Purdue was just... It was really the fourth down call. The fourth down call changed a lot, and I didn't know if he was down or not. I know that he was in the same place for a few seconds, and normally that's when, it's blown as a dead play. So I don't know. James Madden, I'm going to sub. You actually answer questions and give good answers. I try. I'm actually studying economics at college, so... But this is honestly kind of my dream here is, doing kind of broadcasting, live review stuff. Honestly. Thanks, James. Yeah, everyone so far is saying Ohio State wins this game. By the way, if you're new, if you're on here, like and subscribe. Just that simple. It's been a while since I've said that, so that's why I'm throwing it out there. Like and sub. Just do it. It's simple. It's effort. You're literally clicking a button to help support someone. Thank you all. I mean, this is awesome. This has been one of the best days of the football season. Again, Ohio State or Utah? Who do you pick? Jalen Campbell, Utah by 14. Wow. I can understand that if Ohio State doesn't come in ultra disciplined, is what I will say. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah, that would be cool to be the announcer of your favorite team. Though me personally, it'd be very hard for me to not show emotion or favoritism toward my own team. Jalen Campbell, though, I can see Utah winning. And by a decent margin. I can see that. I think Ohio State's going to win by around a touchdown. But I can see, seriously, I can totally see Utah pulling that out and winning. Just that simple. All right. This is cool. This is honestly, guys, it's awesome that you guys have, you guys are all just here. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, though, wow. Actually, that's decent watch time for the other video. But yeah. Favorite college football team? Colby, I'm gonna stand up on the couch here. Michigan. Michigan's my favorite team. Go Blue. And I think we'll beat Georgia. As a Buckeye, I hope they win, but I'm not sure if they're truly motivated. If so, they win by 2 scores. Yep. Yeah. Totally. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. You can't hate Michigan this year. I understand why people would dislike them other years when they'd be ranked in the top 10, especially in 2019 when they were picked to win the Big Ten and had no credibility. This year, though, you can't hate them. They're literally outside of Cincinnati, and in my opinion, Michigan is America's team. They're third. They have 39 rushing touchdowns, the third most in the FBS. Michigan's offense is efficient. Their O-line amazing. Running back duo also phenomenal. Cade McNamara doesn't make mistakes. Why not? I mean, honestly, Michigan's gonna Michigan, and people thinking that Georgia's just gonna shut them down and make Michigan poop their pants are incorrect. It's not happening. Just like with Georgia, I'd be shocked if we shut down Georgia, and by shut them down, I mean the only way of shutting down Georgia would be running through their defense. Georgia's offense and Michigan's offense are going to put up some points. They're similar enough, match up similarly. They'll do stuff. I hope Michigan wins their second national title since air conditioning was invented. Oh, that is actually funny. That's funny. that is funny. Lath, Cade throwing for 300 today. Oh, sure. Oh, I hope so. I hope he throws for 300 and we rush for 200. That'd be an amazing day. It'd be amazing. 17-3 again at the half. Alabama outgaining Cincinnati 302 total yards to 76. Alabama having 16 first downs to Cincinnati's 5 and having 7 more minutes of time of possession. That's domination. Alabama outscoring Cincinnati 7-3 in the first quarter and 10-0 in the second quarter. I mean, that missed field goal by Alabama is, not going to lie, is kind of huge, to be honest. Whoa, hold on. Army is America's team. That's what I've been told, anyway. I mean, you can make that argument. I'd say the underdog is normally America's team, but that's just me. A part of me doesn't like the amount of confidence from M fans. We've thrived as the underdog. I mean, yes, but here's the thing, Blue. As long as our team doesn't get arrogant, the fans can be. As long as the team doesn't soak it in, we'll be fine. Final score prediction for this game. Where it's going, I'm going to go with 31-10. 31-10 is going to be the final score. Cincy will find a way to get a touchdown. Alabama's just going to outdo them in the second half, though. It's going to be 31-10. So I'm going to be short 11 points on Cincy, probably going to be correct on Alabama's final score. Oh, yeah. Guys, excited. What are you guys doing for New Year's? Halftime's almost over, so, there'll be some excitement rejuvenated in me. ESPN's doing a little snowman ad of some kind. Michigan is still the underdog, 7.5 points. Yeah, I was just meaning to say they're not the ultimate underdog. Cincy is favored to lose by 13 points. It's a lot. But Michigan is an underdog to Georgia. It's 50-50 between fan bases and everything. A lot of people think that Michigan's going to pull it off, and then there are others who think that Georgia's just going to, do their thing. minus the Alabama game. If Georgia plays the way they do against Alabama, I can't see how they win against Michigan, and because Michigan is just, they're a good team. I'm referring to the fan confidence. Again, don't be worried about the fan confidence if the team just plays their best game. Not doing anything for New Year's per usual. It's me and my aunt at home right now. Everyone else went to my cousin's house. My aunt is sick, and I am doing this. Georgia versus Clemson was a toss-up. That defensive touchdown, I think, proves you right on that. That was the first game of the year, but that game and the Alabama game kind of has told me that Georgia's offense just thrives on beating up on weak teams. It's not hating on Georgia either. It's just, it seems to be a fact, almost. 111 likes. You guys are awesome. It's cool. And I think we have gained 60 subs today. Mainly from this live stream. So thank you to you guys for helping to build this community. You guys are awesome. We almost have 2,000 views on the hour as well. I think Georgia has it. If you pick either team, as long as you don't pick a blowout, I respect your prediction for Georgia-Michigan. Can't really view it as a blowout, to be honest with you. Can't wait for the game to get back on. This halftime show is getting a little boring. Well, they always are. Halftime shows are pretty overrated, not gonna lie. It will be close. Yes, it will be close. I have Michigan winning by 7. Only 7, not even 10. I have them winning by 7. Probably on a late TD drive. They'll win. It'll be a game that comes down to the fourth quarter. Colby, Michigan by 6. I have Michigan by 7. That's a respectable prediction. Georgia doesn't have the hardest schedule this year. That is true. And Georgia, you look at the metrics, and metrics aren't always the way to go, but they're there for a reason. You look at the Football Power Index metric and ESPN Strength of Schedule metric. Michigan's strength of schedule went to 18th, mainly because Michigan State beat Pitt last night, and that, now because Michigan State beat several top 10 FBI teams, they love State now. Georgia's is only 27th. And 27th is good. It's better than Ohio State's strength of schedule. But it's Alabama and Michigan are the teams that have had the hardest strength of schedule. And Alabama is struggling with Cincy. They've struggled with teams all year, except for Mississippi State and Ole Miss. It's fascinating to me. And Michigan also has the second strength of record. Pitt versus MSU was a great game. Armand, I agree. Especially the beginning MSU, we all thought it would be heavy MSU after their, first drive. Then we thought Pitt was going to win. And then MSU got a pick 6 after, taking the lead off of a touchdown drive. Michigan baptized by fire. I hope they tear Georgia apart on national TV. That would be amazing. And I would enjoy every minute of that game. And I'm going to try to keep bias out of it just in case it goes the other way. I'm not going to try to get emotional. Now, if we start throwing the hammer and it's obvious that we're the better team, I might. Straight up. I am going to take a little break, not like water or anything, just a stretch before the beginning of the second half. Stay right here, guys. I'll be back. And just as I got back from the bathroom, doing, a little bit of stretching, it's about to be game time. It's about to be the start of the second half. Do you want me to close your door? Okay. Just making sure you can get rest. Yes, I am back. Show all emotions. Kentucky would blow everyone out. Oh, Kentucky running like an air raid with a good defense would be hysterical. Okay, Cincy they let it bounce into the end zone. 17-3 Alabama, start of the third quarter, for those of you who are wondering. Cincinnati, pardon me, is going to have it at their own 25.
I mean, they've got to do a better job up front. I think that a couple things they might have to try to do. They do have to attack downfield. If they can't hold up just blocking 5, then they got to go to some max protection situations.
First and 10, Ritter in the backfield with Ford, I believe. Looks to be 4 receivers. Guy coming over. And it is a read option by Ritter, who gets 9 yards. Good thing you're not abandoning the run. Gets about 9 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Molly McGrath says that Cincinnati still feels that they're in this game. Well, if they score here, they are. They got to get a TD, though. As much as I'd love to see the Big Ten teams win, I can't bring myself to pull for Michigan. Well, you're an Ohio State fan, and I understand that. It was hard. It was hard for me. What I like to say is, listen, Michigan State wins, it's great. But if Pitt won, I would have laughed endlessly. It's the same thing for Ohio State. Ohio State wins in the Rose Bowl, cool. Like, Michigan looks better. Big Ten looks better. Ohio State loses, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna laugh. It would be embarrassing. First 10-3 season in ages for OSU. A humiliating one at that. Yeah. Wow. 2nd and 1. Yeah, they need to get a TD here. 85 offensive yards for Cincy. At least they've scored, though. They haven't been shut out. 2016 OSU, 2015 MSU have been put to shame in this game. Cincy scored more points than they have, and they got in. I hope I don't think it's going to happen. I hope Michigan doesn't get shut out. That'd be horrible. Yeah, Wolf, the Big Ten respects each other, even if they do hate each other. A handoff to Ford. He got tackled behind the line, but he fell forward for a yard. It's first down at the Cincinnati 36. Cincinnati, they have to consistency. Ritter's being read, like in the pass game especially. They need to run the ball more, which sounds odd. Ritter just steps back to pass. It's complete for 8 yards to the Cincinnati 44 about. It's good. They got more yards than me, though. That's funny. SEC is the best. This year, no. The Big Ten is better this year. Overall. Now, best teams, no. Georgia and Alabama combined, I say, are better than the top 2 teams in the Big Ten. Especially because of Alabama, and Georgia's defense is amazing. A throw, caught, they're at the Alabama 48. That's 2 completed passes for Ritter. Dalton, show the actual game. I will get canceled and demonetized if I show the actual game, and it's not going to be found anywhere on YouTube. So, sorry about that, but it is what it is. So, Cincinnati's actually pushing here. They're at the Alabama 48. They've had 27 yards in a minute and 36 seconds of clock burned. Ritter steps back, throws, it's caught. Nice, 12-yard gain by, I believe, number 12. I think it's Pace. To Alec Pierce, pardon me. I don't know why I said Pace. It looked like Pace. So they're at the Alabama 36, 1st and 10. They've passed 3 times in a row and have completed all of them. Ritter, 11 of 20 for 87 yards. Not great, but he keeps this up. Ford runs it, gets 9 yards, and they're at the Alabama 27. Buckeye here, and I hope that Michigan pulls this one off against Georgia. It'd be great for the Big Ten and would make our loss to you look better. Good job tonight, Sam. Thank you, Salvatore. Thanks. And go blue. And OSU, I want you to win because then I can say that we beat an OSU team that won the Rose Bowl. Like, honestly. Oh my gosh, Ritter keeps it. Draw. And it gets 3 yards out to the Alabama 24. Yeah, we don't play Charleston, Southern, Furman, and Chattanooga. That's a good point. By the way, if you're on here, and I mean, a lot of you who are on here are consistent viewers, but if you're on here, like and subscribe if you have not already. I deeply encourage it. Cincinnati, I live in Cincinnati, says Ryan Hadley. Let's go Bearcats. Well, your Bearcats are pushing. 1st and 10 at the Alabama 24. Can they punch it in for 6 and make this a game? Pass out to Ford. Gets to the 20. It'll be a gain of 4, maybe 5. Did the announcers just say Ritter might be a first-round pick? That might be a hot take, sir. Might be a hot take. Just a little bit. So, here we are. 2nd and 5. They give him the extra yard. And it is a run by Ford that's stuffed at the line. It'll be 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5. So probably a pass. Maybe an improvised run by Ritter, but I'm assuming a pass. That's what I'm just going to assume here. Share this video around, too, if you haven't. Let's get the watch party going. Try and get up to 200 concurrent viewers. Let's do it. We have the power. 3rd and 5. 10 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Play clock at 5 for Cincy. Ritter, step back, passes deep, and it's way overthrown. There's no chance of a flag there. He was held, but it wouldn't have mattered. That pass was like 10 yards in front of his wide receiver. It was way overthrown. Exactly. If that ball was thrown closer, that would have been PI. No doubt. So now Cincy is going to have to try and kick the field goal. And again, they have not had the most reliable kicking unit. Cole Smith, first field goal attempt since October 8th. He made 33 yards. This one is from 37. And they make it. 17-6 is your score right now. Cincy within 11. So they come out, they don't get a TD, and Patrick Mahomes is at this game. They come out and get a TD? Well, not a TD, a field goal. They get some points. And now there is an ad. An ad that I really don't care about. So we're going to mute it. We are going to mute it. Also, as always during an ad break, like and subscribe if you have not already. Especially like this video. Let's get this video to 200 likes. We're at 118 right now. Get it to 200. Get it to 200. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, going down, getting a field goal, cool, you have points on the board. The issue is, unless you can shut out Alabama's offense for 2 quarters, I don't think that's really going to work. 17-6. Cincinnati they're now at 132 yards. So they've crossed the 100 mark, which is hugely important, but it's not enough. It is not enough. 12 of 22 for 92 yards is not enough to win. It's not enough to beat Bama. Exactly, Wolf. It's good for momentum, but you have to score a TD. And they can't let Alabama score in response because it's a field goal. They have to hold Alabama and get them to punt, in my opinion, to keep a sense of momentum going. But 17-6 is your score with 9 minutes and 57 seconds left in the third. So, yeah. $121 likes. That's good. Good progress. And 90 concurrent viewers. Ryan Hadley, I agree. They need to score touchdowns. They just gotta. If they don't score touchdowns, then, like we just discussed, it's kind of game over. I mean, you theoretically could score 4 more field goals, and you'd win 18-17, but your defense would have to put up a performance of a lifetime, and your offense would have to do more than they've really done all game. They'd have to get, like 200 yards, probably a turnover inside the Alabama 52 as well. So, yeah. And we're back. Cincinnati obviously about to kick it off. They're hyped up. And they're singing "You Gotta Pump It Up," which is Michigan's adopted fight song. Our man, field goals are not going to cut it tonight. I agree with you. And since he kicks it off, and Alabama will try and return it. Williams to try and return, and he gets met at the 14-yard line. That is some extra momentum. That's extra juice. That's bad field position. He let it bounce. They would have been out 11 more yards. Alabama would have. It looks like it could have been a good return, and that was a big hit, too. That was a physical hit by number 13 of Cincinnati. Good. That was good by Cincy. 17-6. 9:52 remaining. It's 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Alabama has it. If you're Cincy, you want to force a turnover here. That would be awesome, not just for all of us who want this to be a competitive game. That'd just be sweet. Hand it off to Robinson, who is stopped. They finally stopped him. It's 2nd down and 8. Young is 12 of 20 for 130 yards and 2 TDs. That's good. The point, though, is that's enough to force Alabama to punt. They go quickly to the line, and oh my gosh, Robinson is off to the races. He's at the 35. And they can't defend him. They defended him once, doesn't matter. He gets like an 18-yard gain. It's crazy. Yeah, Ryan, it's because the missed field goal. They hand it off to Robinson again, falls forward for about 3 yards. Yeah, the yardage stats would suggest a blowout, but it's because of Alabama's missed field goal, and yeah, that's what it's been. Alabama's missed field goal. And on all of Cincy's drives that haven't been scores, they've lost yards. All right, 100 concurrent viewers. Let's keep it that way. 2nd down and 7 from the 37 of Bama. They run it again, and it's actually stopped. 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6, and Cincy's defense is hyped. They're getting hyped. 3rd and 6. If you're Cincy, not just a punt, get a sack, get a turnover. You feed the momentum. Feed the beast. It's what you need to do. 3rd down and 6 from their own 40, from their own 38, pardon me. Since he has a ton of guys lined from lined up near the line of scrimmage. And Young steps back, gets pressured. He's going to try and run it. And he gets tackled for loss. 2 or 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Cincy gets their stop. They get their stop. It's 4th down. Mike Tressel comes out, gets his stop. The Bearcats are giving Bama trouble just like Auburn did. It's not the exact same situation, Joe, because they're not down on the road, but they're not having... I'd actually akin this to the LSU game. They're at kind of home, have kind of a home field advantage, but they're given a tough time by a team that everyone thought they'd blow out. That's what I akin this game to for Alabama. Punt. It'll be fair caught. No, not fair caught. It's going to be returned. And there's a decent return, and Cincy's return man gets out to near the 30. Looks like a horse collar tackle, but there was no penalty. Good return, though. It's out past the 25. It'll be, Cincy will start with the ball at, I think, their own 28-29 yard line, which is good. That's what they need. We have about 110 concurrent viewers, 124 likes. Get those numbers up by sharing this video around and just doing what you got to do. But the Bearcats are giving Alabama a hard time. Imagine if Cincy marched down and scored. That would make this more than just a game. That would put the direction in Cincy's favor to outscore Alabama 10-0 in the third. Alabama now given an 88.2% chance to win the game, according to the FPI. Their highest chance was a 92.5%. But the computers, as always, still heavily favoring the Tide. By the way, the computers for ESPN would actually give Georgia a better chance to win in a rematch. Georgia's much higher on the FPI. They're higher by 3 points, which is a lot. How did Cincy get in over Oklahoma State? The last time I looked, it was O State in. Because Oklahoma State lost their Big 12 championship game. That's why. Oklahoma State lost in that botched their chances. Yeah, that's why. That is why. That's just for real. Oklahoma State has an even worse offense than Cincy does. They have a better D-line, worse coverage, though. I think Cincy's better than Oklahoma State. Even if Oklahoma State won, I thought Cincinnati deserved the 4th seed over Oklahoma State. But I'm glad that Cincy's in. I'm glad they have... Look, they're competing with Bama. The fact they're forcing them to punt, if they score here, it's a game. So, yeah. 7 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the third. Why do I even have an ad playing? The game's back on, though. Oh, Ohio State. Yeah, Ohio State had 2 losses. Basically, Alabama would have had to get blown out. Michigan would have had to lose. Oklahoma State lost. And Cincy would have had to lose. You would have had to have 3 of the current playoff teams lose another game outside of Georgia because they were undefeated in order for Ohio State to have a chance to make it. Apparently, Jamison Williams is in the injury tent and hasn't come out for a few minutes. So Alabama's offense now down a couple pieces. Cincy's defense with momentum, can they come back and make this a game? Cincinnati 1st and 10 from their 29 right now. Ritter throws, dropped. 2nd and 10. But it looks like... Yeah, Yeah. With Mechie and Williams out, this completely changes the aspect of the game. Because Cincy, you can go single high safety, you will not be burned as often as you would. Alabama's 2 leading wide receivers out. Attrition is actually affecting the Tide rather than the Bearcats. Play clock down to 5, 4, 3. Ritter hands it off to Ford. Ford actually gets 6 yards out of that. It'll be 3rd and 4. Cincinnati will have a chance to convert from their own 35. At their own 35, not too bad. 6:34 remaining. Cincinnati only having 138 yards of total offense. 3rd and 4. I'm expecting a pass here, but you never, ever know. This is the playoffs. Play clock at 7, 6. Alabama sends a lot of pressure. And incomplete. That rollout, part of me thinks that they should have tried to run it. But 4th and 4, Alabama gets a stop. Cincy's going to have to do is force a turnover. They're in this game. I still say they'd have the momentum because the field goal, the sack, the Jamison Williams injury, they just need to force Alabama to punt all game long and get a turnover inside Alabama territory. Mason Fletcher, 3 punts, an average of 48.3 yards. A delay of game by Cincinnati's kicking team. Jamison Williams is out of the injury tent, lined up. Don't get why there was a delay of game. He's going to come back and play. Williams is. Nice punt. And it's down at around the 26 of Alabama. Alabama is going wild. If Alabama loses either playoff game, prepare yourself for the big book of SEC excuses. Yes. Luckily, Williams is back for Alabama, so if they lose, that's like their own fault. There. Ad is muted, and we have 120 concurrent viewers again. All of you who are new, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Just that simple. Hit that like button, hit the big red subscribe button. Just that simple. We had 3,000 views last hour. A little less than, well, a lot less than from 4 to 5 p.m., but that's because we're getting a more consistent view base. People are finding ways to watch outside of YouTube or listen. Just is what it is. And we've gained 68 subscribers. 68. Pump those numbers up. Imagine if this channel gained 100 subs in one day. That'd be a record. That would be awesome. So do that for me. And while this ad's going on, I do have a question for you guys. Do you think that Young still throws his pick? Do you think that Alabama makes a turnover? Because I thought before this game that Alabama would make a turnover or two, and so far they haven't. So, what do you think? Because I think Cincy needs a turnover to win this game, or even, you need a turnover. Blasphemy. Blasphemy, says Allen. Well, you can't blame me. Cincy's secondary is really good. But yeah, it's looking like Young is going to have a perfect game by at least game manager aspects. Like not making critical mistakes. That's what it's going to look like. It's 17-6, guys, by the way. It's 6:02. Michigan-Georgia game's going to start. And both of these teams, liking to run the ball. They're not going all up tempo and they're punting. A lot of clock is being burned. A lot of it. Because, you're not having a ton of scores that stop the clock, extra commercial breaks, and all that. This game is, just not, gosh. It's going pretty fast. Started at 3:30. It's 6. So it's 2 hours and 30 minutes. And I guarantee you, before it hits the 6:30 mark, it's going to be the end of the third. And at that point, this game's probably going to end at like 7:15. Okay, and we're back. That's why Alabama's running it so much. Exactly. Since he has talent in the corner position, they're not as good in the front seven. And James, all fans make excuses. Alabama at their own 26. Can they try and force Cincy out of their comfort zone completely? And it's an option by Young. He tries to get out of bounds, avoiding contact, and is successful. Gets about 7. Second and 4 from their own 32. Can Cincy still hold on? High swing pass out to Sanders. It's a 2-yard tackle for loss. That was a great open field tackle by the Bearcats. It'll be 3rd and 6. Oh, it's Ja'Cory Brooks. Pardon me, not Trey Sanders. Ja'Cory Brooks for a loss of 2. 3rd and 6. Alabama 4 of 9 today on third down conversions. They are playing tight man coverage. Tight. Young picked off. Young was picked. Young picked off. Told you. Picked off. He tried to throw it away and got picked. Interception. That's what Cincy needed, and they're at midfield about. They finally did it. They pressured him. He got out of his comfort zone. He tried to get the momentum back in their favor, forced it. It didn't work. Picked off. 19th interception. You hear that? For the Cincinnati defense. That is phenomenal. And he controlled it? Yup, that's a pick. Young will be 13 of 22, 128 yards, 2 TDs, and a pick. And, yes, Cincinnati now at their own 49 with a potential to open up. And there is a halfback toss, flag in the back, and it's probably going to be an illegal formation on Cincinnati, which is unfortunate.
The Cincinnati sideline was trying to tell the back who was in motion to stop. They were trying to tell Trey Tucker to stop because the tight end, Wiley, had already moved. Illegal shift on the
Illegal shift.
moving and both did not get reset. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Yep, 1st and 15. So, unfortunate. Doesn't necessarily kill momentum, but you need to get a... I hate to say this. You can settle... The way Cincinnati's playing Alabama, they can get a field goal here. And it's a game because, listen, you're shutting out. That could, Allen, it could be a game changer since he just has to execute. That's not going to work. Halfback draw for a 3-yard tackle for loss. Cincinnati can't. They tried fooling them and it didn't work. Second and 16. Yeah, that's just... Can't have that because now Alabama has like 3 guys deep. Tipped. Yup, man. Ritter and Cincinnati's offense is not doing enough. Alabama's D-line is stepping up. This is looking like an older Alabama team under Nick. Like the... Yeah, Cincy's going to have to punt it. And they're going to have to hope for another turnover or to get Alabama into giving it back to Cincy with good field position. Allen is just loving every minute of this. 3:48 remaining. 3, 2. Delay of game by Cincy. Or timeout. Yep, timeout. Luke Fickell saved his team from completely caving in. Bama doesn't like it when they're picked. No, they don't. Yeah. Cincinnati is so far... the only thing they are winning is the turnover battle, which is critical, but will it be enough?
Can I ask you a question? Am I out of focus? Yeah.
Don't care about that ad. So pick Cincinnati. Oh my gosh. You have to move the ball. You have to move the ball. Wait till they fumble. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, it'd be awesome if Cincinnati, despite not getting nearly the same pressure Bama is, it'd be awesome if Cincy sacked Young and the ball popped out and they got a defensive TD. That would be a sight to behold. Probably won't happen. That'd be amazing, though. That would be epic. And we're almost to 70 gained subscribers on the day. We're at 69. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new on here watching this, like and sub. Just that simple. Help me get to 200 likes and 100 gained subscribers on the day. Help me out. I know you can. We have almost 40,000 playbacks. That's a lot. It is a lot. No, the pick was an actual prediction. I thought maybe 1 or 2 picks. I didn't think much of a fumble from Alabama because since he's not going to... They don't have Georgia or Michigan's D-line. They don't. Since he has the worst defensive line out of all the teams that are here. They probably have the worst fronts. They have the worst front 7 by a mile. They do have the best secondary, though. Followed probably by Michigan, then Georgia, then Alabama. Alabama has the worst secondary. Unfortunately, though, Alabama's front 7 is getting pressure on Ritter, and Ritter's O-line is not the greatest, and neither is he. So it's working out well. The matchup here is very much going in, favor of the Tide in every respect. Sam, you got shouted out on ESPN last night. No, I did not. These are really. Really. I don't believe that. I mean, if I was, that would be amazing. Like, did you? You gotta show me evidence before I believe that. You gotta show me evidence. That'd be awesome. Okay, the game is back on. 3rd and 16. Third and 16. 4 receivers. One of them is in motion to the right of Ritter. He takes the snap. Alabama immediately gets pressured. He's sacked. Will Anderson with another sack. I mean, James, you've been making jokes this entire video. Like Kentucky will blow people out. But that sack was huge. And Fickell is mad, and understandably so. Dude, he has no time. Anderson's motivated, but everyone else isn't. I mean, you got a turnover, and you did nothing with it except for lose 16 yards. And that was blown up from the beginning. Since he's been very good with punt coverage. Very good. But Alabama now outgaining Cincy by 200 yards. Yeah, that was awful, Wolf. That was horrible. Horrendous. Strick 2-3-5-2. Will should have won the award. You know, Will and Hutchinson, I hope Michigan and Alabama play just to see how Will versus Hutchinson, just to see who's better. Will has better stats, and oh my gosh, Cincy is reading Alabama's run game. They just tackled Brian Robinson for a 3-yard loss. Will Anderson, James. He's one of the best players in the country defensively. Maybe the best, even. Yeah, wasted opportunities lose games. Crazy. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I cannot stress that enough. We have like around 120 live viewers. Pressure. Passes it, gets it out to Bolden, but Bolden only gains the 3 back that they lost. It's going to be 3rd and 10. There is a flag, and it's going to be holding against Alabama. It's going to be 2nd and 23. Again, Alabama, they are failing to pull away from this game because of discipline issues. And Alabama is not doing play action at all. They aren't, and they should be. Time left, 2:08 remaining. Alabama is up 17-6, 2nd and 23. Again, 2 minutes remaining. And since he has like 2 guys back deep. Young, nice catch. It's going to be like 3rd and 15, though. Won't let me paste screenshot. Armand, do you have email? Send it to the email in my YouTube description. Send it there. If you go to my YouTube bio, there's an email that I have for business. If you want to send a screenshot. Oh my gosh, Alabama with Jamison Williams just converted a 3rd and 16. 1st and 10 for the Tide. That is a huge momentum shift. Wow. Trey Sanders, they tried to go no huddle, and Trey Sanders basically got stuffed. It's going to be 2nd and 9. It's going to be the 4th quarter, and Cincy won. They won the 3rd quarter, but not in a way that's complimentary at all. They have to step it up in the 4th quarter. We have seen Michigan State come back, and we have even seen Cincy come back against adversity. We'll see. Robinson, 1st down carry. You cannot let that fly. Alabama, they're going to drive down and probably score here. Robinson, 164 yards, 22 carries. And it's going to be the end of quarter number 3. Yep, end of the 3rd quarter. And it's not even 6:20. Alabama given a 95.9% chance to win, their highest of the night. Highest, straight up. It's crazy. It is crazy. Well, Lath, I agree with you. Can't wait for this game to end. Georgia, Michigan, it's my team. Unless we're getting destroyed, or as long as we have a chance, I will always be invested in the game. Unfortunately, though... Strick 2-3-5-2. The line was Alabama minus 13. So right now, Cincy looks to cover that line. This is wow. This is great. 17-6 has to be one of the lower scoring playoff games. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, Connor, if Cincy minus 13.5 would be hysterical. That would be funny. But no. The spread has already learned about betting against Nick Saban. You can't favor this team by too many points, but you can't make them an underdog. You can't do it. If the offense played as well as their defense, Cincinnati would have a much better chance. If their offense played as well as their defense, Cincinnati would be up. They would be winning. They'd be winning. I mean, Cincy's defense is played. It is out of the four different sides of the field, Alabama's defense and offense, and Cincinnati's defense and offense, Cincy's D has played the best game. Here's the difference, though. Their offense has been atrocious. Ritter is 12 of 25 for 92 yards. Yeah, that's nothing to be proud of. It's nothing to be proud of. Oh my gosh. That is nothing, absolutely nothing to be proud of. But, yeah. Fourth quarter begins. I guarantee you Alabama's going to win. I hope this becomes like an all-American classic of some kind, and Cincy comes back and wins. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I hate to be that kind of person. I don't think it's going to happen. I hate to be that kind of person, but I don't think it's going to happen. I can't see it, guys. Can't see it. Big oof with those stats. Yes. Justin Taylor, Bama will cover the spread. What's the over-under? The over-under is... the over-under is 57.5. There's 23 combined points. Alabama has the ball. Young heaves it deep. And incomplete. Young has not had the best game either, by any stretch of the imagination. He's not had the greatest game. There's been some times where he's missed throws or made some bad decisions. But he's played a lot better than Ritter has. And a lot of the reason he has been somewhat off rhythm is the Cincinnati defense has played a lot better than the Georgia defense. Second and 10. Like 5 wide receiver set. Jamison Williams has it. And flag. Since a Cincy guy took off Jamison Williams' helmet. That's going to tack on 15. Alabama's going to have the ball inside the Cincinnati 20. Yeah, this is the can of worms is about to be opened.
Jamison Williams did a good job of keeping his composure there too, because he has a tendency to the collar at times, and that's clearly a penalty on Deshaun Pace.
Yep, now Cincy is losing their cool because since he's going into panic mode. It's the fourth quarter, you're down by 11. Yeah, this is... Yeah, wow. You know what this is like? This is like the Washington-Alabama game from 2016. That is what this game is like. Alabama, defensive battle, mainly. Difference is Alabama hasn't had a pick six where they did in that game. I'm expecting Alabama to get at least one more TD. Cincy, don't know if they'll score any more points. I just don't. Doesn't look like it. Should be ejected, TBH. When you start seeing frustration fouls, the game's over. Yup. Last season, Pac-12 was relevant. Yup. 2019, they kind of were. Because Utah could have been a playoff contender. Same with Oregon. Brian Robinson rushed for 9 yards inside the Cincinnati 5. This is going to be a touchdown. It would be a miracle if Bama was held to a field goal here. All the momentum, all of it. Tied, false start. They tried to line up too quickly and paying for it. False start. It's going to be 2nd and 6. Bill O'Brien, they're showing him in the booth, the former coach of the Texans. You know, a lot of people have criticized his play calling and stuff, but I think he's done a good job. But that's just, again, my opinion. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Oregon was stacked with natty caliber talent. Of course, Cristobal with his 80s football philosophy held us back. You had playoff contending caliber talent, yes. Touchdown, Slade Bolden. Slade Bolden with his 2nd touchdown reception of the day. 9-yard reception. No, Cameron Latu. Pardon me. And yeah, 23-6. It's about to be 24-6, which means you got to get. That is huge. That's big. That, unless Cincy runs a successful spread, is the game. 24-6. Crimson Tide. Wow. Yeah, 398 total yards Alabama has to Cincy's 127. This is absolute domination. The Nick Saban rehab clinic. Yes. James Madden, are you streaming the Michigan game? I will be, yes. I'm probably going to take a short break once this game is over just to eat. So I'm going to end the stream, but I'm going to restart it. And you all will know. I mean, you who want to watch me will turn in and watch me when the Michigan game begins. That was huge by Alabama. I just hope Alabama loses whoever they play next. Hopefully that's Michigan. Hopefully. Low kick. 13:52 remaining in the game. Alabama 24, Cincinnati 6. 4,503 passing yards, most in a season in school history by Bryce Young. What an amazing young man. Now, Cincy got to pull something out of your hat. You have to pull something out of your hat here if you're Cincinnati. Just got to do it. And they do a run with Ford, and he gets about 6 yards. Oh my gosh. What is this? Just go down and score. Please. Do like a deep pass, please. Cincinnati's been sitting at around 130 offensive yards all game. Sick of it. This is boring. Stacy Slaceman, roll Tide, roll. Unfortunately, yes. They hand it off to Ford again. He gets about 6 or 7, so a first down. You can't be playing this conservatively, though. Gotta go no huddle or something. I mean, you gotta score literally like 3 touchdowns, realistically, to win. Or at least to go to overtime. Bama's run defense, very good. toss that's late to Ford, and he gets out of bounds with about a gain of 6. An Alabama player is a little down. Another gain of 6, though. He gets up. Now is a terrible time for a slow offense. They're actually, like, they've gained 18 yards in a minute, which is slow. Well, it's not slow. It's just not as fast as it needs to be. I think they're trying to set Ritter up for some kind of play action. They're trying to bait Bama. Because they know they can't go and they can't straight up. Okay, he drops back to pass. Ritter wide open. Caught. It's caught. A 28-yard pass down to the Alabama 29 for a first down. And since he has finally passed the 170 mark in yards. And Ford running gets about a gain of 6 again. They're successfully running on this. I don't know why, since he didn't have this gameplay in place before. And you're welcome. Everything else is cut out due to... Yeah. What if Cincy fumbled at the goal line? That would make sense. I mean, they've made mistakes all night. 11:34 remaining, 2nd and 4 at the Alabama 23. Can they punch it in for 6 is the ultimate question. They line up. You need to score here if you're Cincy. You have to. They send 4 guys forward. Ritter. Touchdown. Oh, nope. Out. Oh, it looked like it could have been a touchdown. That was crazy. It was the perfect throw. Let's see. Yeah. That should have been a touchdown. Honestly. Could have been caught. Thank you guys, too. And looks to be an end around. It's going to be 4th and 3. Henry To'o. 4th and 3 for Cincy. 4th and 3. I'd say this is confidently the game. Here, I'm going to continue to live stream until the end, or until Alabama at least is a final possession. 4th and 3. Fourth and 3, guys. Cincy uses their second charge timeout. That is huge. You don't want to do that. That's bad. Wow. 10 minutes, 27 seconds remaining. It's crazy. Like and sub if you haven't already. Try and get this video to 200 likes, pardon me, and try and get it so that I have gained 100 subscribers on the day. We have so far gained 77 subscribers, which is, I think, the most I've ever gained, pretty sure, and that is awesome. So just keep doing what you're doing, guys. This is working. Here, 140 likes. 140. Pump that up to 200. If you haven't already. This is just awesome. The playoffs, this game has been disappointing. It has had its competitive moments. It's not a horrible game. This isn't like Alabama winning 45-0 at least. Now that would be bad. That'd be horrible. Imagine a 45-0 victory. It'd be atrocious. That would be a war crime of war crimes, right? That is what that would be. So yeah, man. mean, yeah. It just is what it is at this point. It's crazy. YouTube TV and their ads. It's just like, what are you doing? Honestly. What are you doing? What are you doing? I hope Cincy converts this. I hope Cincy gets a touchdown on that one play. And then I hope Alabama does something stupid and like muffs the kickoff. That would be cool. Yeah. Well, it's not going to happen, though. It will not happen. They made it. They made it to play against the number 1 team. Roll Tide. No, well, Dennis, of course you don't. Of course you don't. You don't want that to happen. Okay, we're back. This is the game here. 4th and 3. 10 minutes, 27 seconds remaining. Play clock at 20. I'm assuming they're going to use a few more seconds. Ritter explaining to his whole team what he wants, directing his offense. It's a sack. Sacked. They didn't buy at the fake. If they didn't fake that right there could have been a TD run by Ford. Seriously. Ford had wide open room. Exactly. That was good defense by the Tide. Terrible play call, I agree. Bested. Yes. Yes, absolutely bested. And Alabama just now going to hand it off. Robinson gets a 20-yard carry. You're not going to beat Alabama by pulling a 20-20 rut. Yeah, no, you're not going to. Another big run by Brian Robinson, 8 yards up the middle. It looks like Alabama kind of wants to get one more TD. It's crazy. 200. You hear that? He's rushed for 200 rushing yards. They run him again. 5-yard gain. They're at the Cincinnati 43. It's crazy. It's insane. Alabama, there's no way they're losing here. Only 9 minutes remaining in this game. This game's over. Here comes the 10 minutes of ground and pound. Yup. William, you are welcome. Trey Sanders just got a 9-yard run is what Cincy's given up. They have given up. At this point, it looks like Alabama's going to cover the spread and then some. Yes. Yes. Brian Robinson he's had 28 more yards than Cincinnati's entire offense. That's humiliating. Chewing clock, 8:20 left in the game. Sanders, another 8-yard game. Oh my gosh. That's just, wow. Cincinnati has literally, they're given up. Inside the Cincinnati 30. First and 10 at the Cincinnati 27. 7:44 remaining. It is held at the line to gain. Trey Sanders, no gain, but the clock will still be running. So this game, I'm expecting to literally be over at 7. So in like 22 minutes, I guarantee you this game will be over because Alabama is just going to run down the clock. Cincy, even with a no huddle and like going air raid mode, they're going to run the football. 2-yard gain at the 25. There is only 7 minutes remaining. Wow. Wanted to see Bama lose so bad, no worries. Michigan will get them. I hope. You never know. That's why we wait until the games are played. I think Michigan will win tonight, though. If they don't, will I be sad, disappointed? Yes, but Michigan's season has been an overall success. 12-2 with the Big Ten champions. As long as we compete, would be cool. No, Alabama passes. Incomplete, which stops the clock with 6:25 remaining in the game. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Keep saying that, but I cannot stress it enough. Can't do it.
But the pressure by Sanders did not allow Bryce Young to really step into that throw. It was still in a place that could have been caught, but good pressure and good coverage.
4th and 8. Attempt by Will Reichard, attempting to make it a 21-point game, and he does. 27-6. Crimson Tide lead it. I don't want to see Georgia and Alabama again either. Not just because I'm a Michigan fan, but it's not good for the sport. And Georgia, I guarantee you, will get... Georgia will lose again to Bama. They just will. Does North Dakota State win next Saturday? I don't know too much about FCS football. I hate to say that. I'm going to go with yes, though, because they're dominant with their wins, especially at the FCS level. They've even beaten some decent FBS teams. I'm confident.
Great. Can you imagine what you do if the game just cut out in the middle of the act?
Yeah. Well, Alabama's given a 99% chance to win this game. They lead by 21. Cincy might score a garbage time TD. How does Reichard get away with a man bun in Alabama? Man. Well, probably because he's their most reliable kicker that they've had in like 20 years. Just like to be fair. He's a good kicker for Alabama standards. Makes 98.6% of his extra points. He's tied 64th for field goal percentage, and last year he made 100% of his field goals. So I mean, this year and last year he's built up a pretty good resume. It's garbage time now. Now they will score. Exactly. Cincy will probably get one garbage time TD. Maybe cover the spread. And, yeah. At this point, game... Like, the Michigan State game versus Pitt game, what made that entertaining is that game was not over until the pick six. Wasn't over. This game, you have 6 minutes remaining and the game is done. James Madden, who won? In Pitt versus MSU, it was MSU. In this game, it's obviously Alabama. But yeah. Okay. Game is back. Cincy will have a chance to return it. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And guys, we have almost 42,000 playbacks, which is phenomenal as well. Just absolutely phenomenal. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, last night wasn't over instead of the pick six. We're almost to 150 views, guys. You can at least get, not 150 views, 150 likes. Y'all can at least get to that. You can at least get to 150 likes. Just do it. How many TDs does 2020 Alabama beat 2021 Bama? 2 TDs sounds right. Maybe more, honestly. Maybe more. No, it wasn't. It's not over already. I mean, it basically is. But why are they doing another ad after kickoff? That's lame. They're trying to prolong this game. They're trying to get more TV time. Because, like, they probably didn't expect this game to be, like, close to ending this early. Ritter, 14 of 28, 121 yards. It's not good. It's bad. It's atrocious, even. Well, I mean, since Cincy, you did all right. And we are at 78 subs gained for the day, which is insane. Absolutely insane. I mean, you guys have really helped this channel out. Thank you, by the way, for doing that. It's all settled except for the final score. Yes. You think these ad breaks are bad? In the Pac-12, it's insufferable. First down, ad. That's funny. Ad is funny. Well, what's horrible about that is the Pac-12 is like one of the worst TV markets and TV deals in the nation. I'm pretty certain. That just makes it, those two combined, plus their performance on the field especially, atrocious. Disgusting, even. Like, just horrible. Really horrible. Can't wait for these ads to be over. And we've just crossed 42,000 playbacks exactly, which is something that I am really excited about. For 146 likes, only four away. Only 4 from 150. Only 4. Yeah, no, this... I hope Michigan, Georgia... Michigan fan here, I hope Michigan just straight up blows out Georgia, so I don't have to have an anxiety attack. But Michigan has been a clutch team all year. They came back against Penn State. They fell behind against Nebraska, Penn State, and Ohio State. 2 good teams. Nebraska being a team that does this to everyone, but still, and they came back and won. So that's that. And here we are, first down and 10 from their own 25, and Alabama looks to be trying to bring pressure. A swing pass out to Tucker, and he gets around 11. 6:14 remaining in the game. I hope this game ends at 7. Even without their 2 receiver and 2 defensive starters, Alabama took care of Cincy easily. Jameson Williams did come back, but yes, Cincy tonight was kind of exposed in a certain sense. Still think they're good. I think Alabama is the number 1 team, though, at the same time. Cincy to me is like a lock for being the 4th best team in the country. Though you totally know that the voters will put Notre Dame over Cincy because Cincy lost this game and Notre Dame wins. Totally. And thank you, Stacy. Stormtrooper YouTube. our best team the past few years is an SEC team from the not the 20th century. You're an SEC team from the 2010s, which is what Georgia is. This is Georgia's problem. They're playing like Alabama 10 years ago, and it's not going to work. Tackled inbounds. Good. I want that clock to continue to run because I want this game to end. 5:10 remaining in the game. 5 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. Michigan will win tonight and beat Bama. You know, there is a possibility of that happening. But who knows? I hope. I don't know if we can beat both Georgia and Bama back-to-back. If so, we might be one of the best CFP teams outside of 2020 LSU and 2020 Bama and 2019 LSU. And Ritter sacked again. Ritter sacked? Ritter is just like sacked for the 6th time. 4:36 remaining. This clock is being chewed. Unintentionally. Bama shut up their fans, much like Ohio State did a couple of years ago when they were undefeated then as well. Yeah, Desmond Ritter did not have a good game. It sucks. A swing pass to a running back. No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 16. Well, he did well a lot of the year. 13. He's going to have a 43-6 record as a Cincinnati starting QB, which is the 3rd most wins in FBS history. Honestly, good for Cincy. You went 13-1. It's like amazing. And a run by Ritter. Yep. It's going to be 4th and 4. 3 minutes, 29 seconds remaining. 4th down. It's game here. If Cincy doesn't get this, it already is game, but like it's like Alabama's going to run out the rest of this clock. Incomplete. 3:10 remaining. Alabama takes over. I'm going to be on for maybe like a few more minutes. I'm going to get off before 7 though, most likely. Alabama's probably going to win this game 27-6. 6th trip. And another ad break coming up. Wow, that's lame. Lame. Wow. Unbelievable. Like, seriously, unbelievable. It's just catastrophe. What a catastrophe. 79 gained subscribers, mainly from this video. Subscribe if you have not already, and like this video. Quick, have a Snickers, Sam, before it's too late. Hey, Sam, what a boring game. Here's hoping the next one's better. Hey, John. Yeah. Oh, the next one will be better. I'm pretty confident in that. And even if Michigan loses, oh well. 12-2. It was a good year. That's my attitude heading into the Michigan-Georgia game. Yeah. Wow. These ads are atrocious. It's like they're almost as bad as Cincy's offense. They're almost bad as Cincinnati's offense when put under pressure. Cincinnati with 218 yards. Team-specific stats. Cincinnati 2 for 12 on 3rd down. 0 for 3 on 4th down. 218 total yards. 144 of them are passing. They only have 74 rushing yards for 2.8 yards per carry. Both teams each have 6 penalties. Cincinnati for 39 penalty yards. Alabama for 36. The only area Cincy's going to win in is the turnover battle. And they couldn't do anything with it anyway. They just couldn't. It's sad, but it is what it is. And that's kind of what I say a lot. It's kind of like a common theme in a certain sense. It's just, yeah, it stinks. It's that way. Wow. What a day. What a day for college football. Horrible. Cincinnati is hot garbage. No, they're not hot garbage. They're not hot garbage. Enough of that. No. They're a great team. They're just not elite yet. Let's go Michigan. Al and I agree. That Bama-Michigan matchup, I want that with all of my heart. Only 2 likes away from 150 likes. Only 1 subscriber away from 80 gained on the day. And the Orange Bowl is filling up. But that's 40 minutes from now. So, Alabama with the ball. 1st and 10. And they are going to run it with Sanders. Sanders with the first down. That is basically the game unless Cincy decides to use a timeout. Alabama has been to the CFP in 7 out of the 8 years. 5 straight semifinal wins. They're number 1 seed 5 out of the 8 years. Alabama and Nick Saban, it's just crazy. They're admirable for their dominance. 2:41 remaining. 150 likes. You guys did it. Thank you so much. 150. And 80 gained subscribers. You did it. Trey Sanders pushed out of bounds with 2:20 remaining. I think it's only when the clock is inside 2 minutes that it stops. Yes. 2:11 remaining. 2:11. Joe McCutcheon. Michigan will have their hands full with Georgia. Bama pissed them off really bad. Nah. You might have broken Georgia's will to live as well. It depends. We'll see. We'll see what happens at the beginning of the game. 1:40 remaining. Timeout for an injured player, I guess. Yeah, injured player for Bama. 1:36 remaining. Jesus, that's a funny comment. Big Ten is looking pretty good in bowl games. Yes, Robert, I agree. 27-6. It's like oh, you're just saying that in the chat anyway.
Great consistency. The recruiting is the same year in and year out. They stick to the process. They don't lose many guys.
Huh. Well, Kirby always blows it. Against Saban, against Saban, he always does. Against everyone else in the top 10, he actually has a winning record. But like he lost to Texas in I think what was the Sugar Bowl. Lost to Texas in the Sugar Bowl. Almost lost to Cincy last year. They've lost some bad games, like to Florida last year, South Carolina. How bad did Georgia lose to Alabama? Georgia lost to Alabama by 17 points. 17. And Georgia was favored by 7.5 as well. The exact same score they were favored against. They're favored against Michigan. They're favored against Michigan by 7.5 now, I believe. Which is, to me, just crazy. And the money line is moving in favor of the Dogs. It was plus 240 the other day. It's now plus 260. So people are betting on Georgia to win this game. Welp, thank you. Thank you, Dewey. And this game, come on, 35 seconds remaining. Alabama has won this game. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. Thank you so much. This game is over. Alabama has won it 27-6. Thank you all. If you liked this live stream, I'm going to be doing this again at around 7:25, 7:30 for the Michigan game. So I'll be back. So stay tuned. If you've subscribed and you want to see, me going live again, you want to tune in, hit the notification bell and YouTube will notify you when I am on. Thank you all. Subscribe and like if you have not already. I will see you guys in 30 minutes. Bye-bye.